Yes,
We are on.
we're on. Let's do this.
We're here. Okay.
Yay, number 4. Hi, everybody. It's the JVology giveaway. How's it going, Jay? Hey, Corey.
Hey.
It's going awesome. I'm happy to be able to check in on you. I was looking at the Facebook posts from yesterday, and it looks like I totally missed out. You guys were having a little bit of fun.
It was a fun day
have
yesterday.
When you're gone from time to time.
We had a lot of great guests, a lot of good conversations.
I was just going to say that little picture of Tony howling at the two of you with glasses is worth its weight in gold and worth the 5 days.
It was just too perfect. He was talking about ways to have more presence and be more engaging on camera. And she mentioned that you can just use your glasses just kind of as a prop. Kind of insinuates how smart and serious you are. And Corey and I both whipped him out.
We got him ready.
Todd Herman, actually, Corey, you and I went, well, we were in Medicine Hat, so you didn't go to the same high school, but he's from Medicine Hat. He wrote a book last year called The Alter Ego Effect. And on that same note, he does a whole bunch of research around how when we create our own sort of alter ego, that actually makes a monumental difference. And apparently, Dr. Martin Luther King, who, you always see him with pictures of glasses on, he did not need glasses. He had glasses that had no prescription in them, and he wore them as a part of his being seen as powerful and grounded and smart and all those sorts of things. Anyway, that entire book is full of circumstances and examples exactly like that, which is pretty astounding when you think about it.
Huh, I didn't know that. I've heard of people on stage, like performers, create alter egos, that's their performing, part of who they are. And then when they're off stage, they're themselves. So that's fascinating. You should check that out.
Yeah. Cool. So today our topic is money matters.
And it matters.
Money does matter.
There's a famous quote, which I'm going to butcher, which is that is the quote that is like, for that which money can buy is the most important thing in the universe, and for that which money cannot, which are the most important things in the universe, it doesn't much matter. I butchered that quote, but you get the you get the point about it. I just want to share something with our viewers and acknowledge the people who are going to be on our show today, which is this, that I really believe, first and foremost, that in terms of what's happening in our world, economics, the COVID, the what I perceive to be the artificial propping up of a whole variety of things, we're heading for a bit of a shit show on wheels, is the honest to goodness truth. And I've been sharing this with our community, my tribe, my family, all the rest of it. And if ever there was a time to get our financial house in order in terms of our lifetime, I fervently believe that this is it. And so if any of you are like cruising by and it's like, oh, money matters, I would strongly suggest that you pause, you watch the show today. Corey and Chris are going to introduce you to a ton of brilliant people who have become masters at helping themselves and their clients and their communities take care of this. Because honest to goodness, my friends, it is going to be vitally, vitally important. The situations and the circumstances that we are heading into aren't, and this is not, I'm not trying to be doom. They're just not a whole bunch of ease and joy and it won't be rainbows and unicorns. Let's put it that way. It's going to be a little bit more challenging than that. So anything and everything that we can do to get our financial house in order, I really believe that we all should be doing. So, that's our topic today. And I just think, even if it's an uncomfortable topic, which it is for many, this is the time to jump in.
Yeah. So we have such a variety of experts. They're talking about money in different ways that it affects us. So, keep tuning in. The cool thing with the giveaway that we're doing during this whole live stream is we have a new expert on every 10 minutes. So this is, if you're watching, you have to pop in and out, just keep coming back and see who's here. We've got a lineup of about 10 people today, all talking about something that has to do with either money personally, for business, debt reduction, getting your kids through college, tax. Jonathan has a brand new book that's coming out on Amazon that is how to take advantage of your tax deductions for entrepreneurs and business owners. So a lot of great nuances within this umbrella of money matters.
And our final guest today will be none other than you, Jay. So show up for that. We're hoping you'll be here.
I think I'll be back. That is the current plan for certain. And just on a serious note, we have a whole variety of gifts that we are giving away in that entire process. And one of which is something called the Escape the Marginal Success Trap, which is really aimed at entrepreneurs. And I'll just give a little foreshadowing here. It's aimed at entrepreneurs who design and create businesses that work, but not completely. And what I mean by that is that the business is successful enough to actually have clients and receivables and to keep busy and to pay the mortgage and all those sorts of things, but it's not quite working well enough to have the freedom that you want, to drive the car that you want, to send your kids to the school that you want, to have the holidays that you want, all of those pieces. And that marginal success trap describes, in my experience, about 90% of businesses. So come back to that, and we'll talk about that in great depth and detail, because if we can help you break through that, and suddenly all of the risks, all of the energy they put into your business becomes worthwhile, and it feeds and fuels you instead of you feeding and fueling it. So I'm really looking forward to that conversation.
Yes, escape the marginal success trap. Sometimes internally we forget the word escape and we just talk about the marginal success trap. We are not promoting a trap to be marginal. Jay actually has a solution on how to escape it if you find yourself that you have actually fallen in the trap. This is it. Help me. Get me out of here.
That's what we want. That is absolutely the truth. Okay, so you guys, I think you've got the brilliant Joe coming up here momentarily, and I'm going to go do a little work and running around. By the way, just for congruency, taking care of a significant investment that I had made in an old classic car. So I'm going to go actually take care of some money matters, and then I will be back. And you guys have fun with the amazing and astounding guests that we have.
Thank you.
All right,
we will.
See you later, Jay.
See you.
Okay, see you soon.
All right. So good. He's gone. Oh, no kidding.
Now we can talk about him.
Now we can talk about him. Oh,
he's gone. Nice.
And now he's back.
I am always listening.
Jay, we love you.
Listening. See you later.
Oh, that's cute. Sheree's back there laughing.
Back to business. Let's kick this off with a fantastic commercial, and we'll be right back with Joe. All right, so here we go. Come on in, Joe Nicasio. Nice to have you at the JVology giveaway. How are you today?
Good afternoon. It's been one of those, if you want to hear God laugh, tell her your plans kind of mornings. But here I am.
Hi, Joe. You're outside. Where are you?
I'm at a park. I'm about 10 minutes shy of the studio where I'm supposed to be. But let's get rolling, because I'm at Mile High Park in Huntington Beach, California.
Oh, nice.
Wow, that sounds fantastic.
Mile Square Park. I'm sorry. Anyway,
I'll take it either way. It looks great. Well, glad to have you. It's funny, we were just talking about escaping the marginal success, and you're talking about an escape plan for employees. So tell us about what that is. I think we all need an escape route when we find that we are in the wrong place or doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, every morning across the world, people are reluctantly driving to a job they don't want to go to, and they're praying, "Dear Jesus, send me a mentor so I don't have to do this. Send me somebody that can teach me to start my business the right way so I can actually be happy in my work." And I'm Joe Nicasio. I'm the answer to that prayer. I've created the Employee Escape Plan, and you escape from the job, but you move towards the business happiness blueprint. And that's what I'm all about, is helping people design a business where you're actually doing what you love every day for yourself and your clients, sharing the love through your service and effective marketing, so you can receive the love in the form of gratitude, cash, and fulfillment.
Oh, I love that. Hey, Joe, and the other thing it says is every person on this planet has the capacity to be an entrepreneur. I'm just reading that in your page here. And You know, Jay and I've talked a lot about that because I feel it's almost genetic in a way. You have the entrepreneurial spirit, or you're more perhaps security based or whatever. Is there anything you can share about that in terms of helping people who maybe don't have that natural ability to be an entrepreneur and take those risks?
Sure. I think it's nature versus nurture. I think it is nurturing. Children are born as geniuses and then conditioned into mediocrity. You know, our parents
like
meant
that.
well, but they told us go to school, get a good education, and basically be someone else's servant and build somebody else's dream. And I don't buy into that program. I think that, and guess what? We're all self-employed, whether we want to admit to it or not. So if you have a business, you got 100 customers, you lose one, you're self-employed with 99 customers. If you have a job, you're self-employed with one customer, and the customer sets all the rules. And even if you're unemployed, you're self-employed with no customers. So we're all self-employed. And what I do is teach people to create employment through self-employment.
Interesting. Create employment through self-employment. And, you know, now more than ever, I'm sure you're well aware of this, Joe, that a lot of people are not by any choice of their own having to find an alternative for work, that the work that they maybe love is just not possible during
I love that you bring that up because, you know, through no choice of our own, I think we have all the choice in the world. I think what we've done is created an employer-reliant culture instead of self-reliance. And the moment you take on a job, you give away a lot of your power. You know, I'm self-employed. When COVID hit, you know, the world might have stopped, but I didn't, you know, because I made the choice to be more self-reliant as an entrepreneur than relying on an employer. And so we have all the choice in the world. Are accountable for the choices we make. And the moment we take on a job and say, okay, I'll let you set my wage, I'll let you set my hours, I'll let you set, you know, my time and the rules of engagement, we give a lot of our power away. And what I want to do is empower people to take that power back. And I think that, you know, the ability to go into the marketplace, add value and get paid is a survival skill.
And I'm seeing a lot of people I know in my community that have perhaps been laid off or lost their jobs. They're taking something they've always loved to do, like, you know, creating, sewing, I don't know, and they're turning it into a business. And I just love that. There's so many people doing that right now that could use help as well, because it's new for them.
You know, our whole life we've been conditioned, you know, we're born as geniuses, conditioned into mediocrity. Our parents tell us what to think. The schools tell us, the government tells us. And we get all these different interests. And then what happens is we show up into the marketplace kind of scattered like a light bulb, like we have multifaceted interests. And so we have no impact. But what if you took all of who you are, and the same energy of a laser beam is the same energy of a light bulb? If you organize your talents, your gifts, your abilities, everything God gave you, you can prosper beyond your wildest dreams, or you can just make a good living either way. But it comes down to organizing yourself so you can have that maximum impact and that maximum value.
That's awesome. So, Joe, can you tell us about your gift and who needs to be taking advantage of this and grabbing it?
I got two gifts, actually. You know, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. We see, you know, the Elon Musks and the Steve Jobs and, you know, the Richard Bransons. And yet at the same time, there's this paradox. People are scared. They're so afraid of starting a business. And so I actually identified 25 fears or reasons that the spirit gets killed and 21 ways to overcome those spirit killers and replace them with spirit builders. So this is a book. It's a $20 value. But when you download this book, you'll also get a thing where let me buy you an hour of my time. So if somebody's really if you're serious about starting a business, or you have a business and growing it and you want to build it on strong foundations the right way, let me buy you an hour of my time, which is like a $500 value. I'm a little crazy to do this, but I want to help. There's like 60 million people that filed for unemployment, and I want to help more people get started, taking back their life and having that self-reliance and self-reliance instead of employer reliance, and, you know, take charge of your life and take charge of your business, take charge of your money, and have more fun making money serving people.
Isn't that the truth? I mean, I'd have to say we're pretty lucky over here. We have a lot of fun helping people.
You know, if you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong. We got to have more fun in the way we make money. Why not?
Absolutely.
Exactly. Hey, it's in the tagline of JVology, the perfect mix of people, fun, and profit. And as Jay always says, it's in that order for a reason. And it's so true. We talk to a lot of people about mindset and like the internal part of it. And when you love what you do, and the creativity can flow, and you're like called to your passion, your whole life can be a lot more fun.
And we can actually design it. We can say, what do I love doing, and how, look at Tony Hawk, the skateboard guy. He loves skateboarding, and he's made $1 billion doing it.
Exactly.
So why not take your passion and turn it into profit? That's what it's all about. That's what I stand for. I am a stand for self-reliance through entrepreneurship.
Oh, I love that. Self-reliance through entrepreneurship. Yes. Excellent. So everybody out there who's watching, or perhaps a friend who is forced to make this jump. Maybe they've always wanted to. Maybe it's by choice. Maybe it is by the fact that now is the time to really step into your own and how to do it. Then grab this gift, share the gift, and take up Joe's offer to have some time with him, because this is what you do. This is your passion, your expertise, and you certainly want to help more and more people out there. Okay, so I don't know if you're watching, Joe, but with every guest, I give a random fun question of the day. Are you ready for yours?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The question is, what did you name your first vehicle?
I didn't name my vehicle.
Oh no, really?
You're supposed to do that? I mean, I had a cat. His name was Zeus. He was a white silver tip version, but I didn't name my car. I just drove it.
What was it?
It was fun. It was a fun car.
What color? What kind of car did you have?
It was a Capri. It was a German-made Capri. It was a 74 Capri back in the day.
Fancy.
Yeah, it was a fun car.
Thank you, Joe. So
Thank you for thanking me. I appreciate being appreciated.
Well, let's let everybody who's watching this know to head on over to JVologyGiveaway.com. So when we put up the information on the screen about our guests and what they're offering as their gift, that is all found at JVologyGiveaway.com. So you can always go over there and scroll down and find what you're interested in. And under the heading Money Matters, Joe Nicasio is offering you a free book, Resurrecting America's Entrepreneurial Spirit. And I like how you said, overcome the spirit killers. That's a good one, and create value. And let me buy you an hour of my time. That is worth a whole lot, I think, for anybody that would take advantage of that. So Joe's gift, click on Get Gift. It's valued at $250. Spend some time with him and find out how you can turn your passion into profit. That would be awesome for everybody to do right now. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, ladies.
Bye-bye. Great to see you.
Back. Oop.
All right. So if you haven't signed up already for the 5 Partners in 5 Day Challenge that JVology is doing, it kicks off on Monday. Make sure you click the link below, jvology.com/jumpstart, and get signed up. Whether you've done it before or it's your first time, it's an incredibly powerful, easy to follow 5-day Facebook challenge that we are doing, once again, backed by popular demand, because people have great results.
It always goes over really well. People love it. They love those challenges.
Yes. All right. So let's bring on Denise.
Where are you, Denise? There she is.
And
there she is.
Thomas, our Debt-Free Degree podcast. Great to see you. We've actually been chatting quite a bit. Denise, well, she'll tell you all about what she does, but what she does is relevant to me and my kids who are nearing college age, and you've been incredibly valuable. So welcome, Denise. Tell us a bit about who you are and what you are up to.
Thank you. I am Denise Thomas, the Debt-Free College Coach, And I partner with parents to help put their kids through college debt-free. I think one of the things that that most people don't realize is that getting into college and doing it debt-free starts long before junior year of high school. So the earlier kids and parents can get with me and let's have a chat, the better.
Excellent. This is so important. The cost of college is, well, the whole subject in and of itself. Not to dive into. But knowing where to find the scholarships. You know, I think, well, I have a great kid, but he's not going to be valedictorian and he's not the star of the football team. You know, so now what?
Exactly. And I think that parents don't, well, it's a myth that if you do have perfect scores and a perfect GPA, that you get to go to college for free. It's also a myth that if you're a college athlete, you get to go to college for free. It doesn't really work that way. The good news, though, is that of the $22 billion in college scholarships, the vast majority don't even ask for GPA and test scores. They simply want your opinion in a short essay. And these scholarships early in doodle contests for kindergartners.
Wow.
Okay. My screen froze there. Can you repeat that last sentence, Denise? Maybe it was just me.
And no, mine froze as well. Scholarships begin as early as kindergarten with a doodle contest for children. Oh. So basically, companies love to give away money. It's a tax deduction for them, and they're giving back to their community or to the United States children at large, helping them to pay for college. I actually just last week heard from a company that has 4 new $1,000 scholarships that they asked me to put online for my people. So the money's out there and there's always more coming. So don't think that even if the economy seems to be bad, oh, well, there's no money. Trust me, there's plenty of money. My own kids got $199,000 in free money for 4 years, wow, debt-free with cash left over.
Denise, I think like Krista said for her kids too, there's a lot of people who would take advantage of this because I wouldn't even know where to start. Like I wouldn't even know where to look. Well, I'm in Canada. So I know college, university in Canada is much different than the States. Is there anything to share about that for our Canadian people watching that applies?
What I've noticed is that in a lot of cases, there's not a whole lot of difference when it comes to what I call independent or corporate scholarships, because there are companies giving away money. That's just the bottom line. So even in countries where we as Americans perceive that they're getting free college, they really aren't. It's really not really true. I've actually been interviewed in other countries, Australia for one, where a lot of the same things that apply here in the US apply there as well. And, you know, it's interesting because when you realize that, hey, you know, $500 or $1,000 can go a long way in helping a student graduate debt-free. And so I encourage companies and entrepreneurs to consider giving back to the community in that way. And it can be a local scholarship or it can be one that's national. It's your choice as to how you want to give the money away. But believe me, my own children benefited greatly from small scholarships. I actually know some parents who said, oh, I encourage my kid to not apply to scholarships valued less than $10,000. And I'm thinking, seriously? The $300 or $500 was more than you had in the bank yesterday. And if the vast majority are thinking like that, what that means is that there's going to be fewer applicants that your child is competing against. Mm-hmm. So definitely, there are application deadlines every single month. It is worth looking after.
So Denise, tell us about your gift, because this all sounds really interesting and intriguing. We're thinking, okay, well, how do you do it? Where are these scholarships? What do my kids need to start doing now? So do you have something that can get us started?
Exactly. Well, scholarships, there are scholarships in different locations. There are local scholarships where your local Rotary Club may be giving a scholarship, or even grocery stores occasionally give scholarships. Some of the more well-known yet kind of a local company would be Walmart, Taco Bell, Burger King. They all give scholarships, and some of that is distributed locally versus nationally. But what my gift is, it's called 12 Scholarship Secrets, Tips from Prestigious Scholarship Judges. So once you've found these scholarships and you want your child to start applying, do not submit their application until you have checked the boxes in this checklist. These are 12 things that these scholarship judges have seen that actually gets applications thrown out in the trash. So it's really important to make sure that they check these boxes. And I'll tell a quick story. My own daughter's very first college application, she submitted without the application fee. So that's part of following directions. So although some of these 12 tips may seem like common sense, trust me, common sense is not as common as you think it is. So definitely go through everything. It's really important. I suggest anybody to give it a shot. It's really wonderful.
Well, it's the kind of thing you just don't know until you do it. And by the time you've done it once, it's too late. It's almost like a one shot, one time to get into college. And so having guidance and an insider's track like you have is so very, very valuable.
Well, that's why starting early is so important, because those who come to me as a high school senior already, they've already decided on their college, they already have a scholarship, but now they know there's a gap. I can help, but they've already left a lot of money on the table. So coming in early is the best. Yeah. That's the key.
Good. So start early. If your kids are young, do it. If you're an aunt or an uncle, grab this, share it. Just help everyone get this information in your hands and prepare ahead of time. Good. Do I have just enough time to say if there's one main thing that's changed with the COVID economy, what would you say it is in regard to the work that you're doing?
The only thing that's changed is that schools or colleges for the next couple of years are going test optional as far as submitting your ACT or SAT scores just for the next couple of years. And so parents are wondering if they should still have their kid take the exams. And the answer to that question is yes. Do not forego them, because there are corporations that still ask for SAT or ACT scores in employment applications. So although it's not common, there's a specific, very commonly named space transport company, if you can think of one, that did ask for the SAT scores from 7 years ago. So yes, I would definitely say take those exams anyway.
Interesting.
That's good advice.
All right. So we're going to hit you up with the fun random question of the day, or for you, Denise, to get to know you a little bit better. And then Corey will wrap things up for us. It was really great having you. All right, here you go. If you could have any celebrity be your best friend, who would you pick and why?
I would probably pick Sean Connery. I actually named my son after Sean Connery. I know that sounds weird, but I love the James Bond movies that he was in, and his at least his character in the movies are very debonair and proper and chivalrous, and I like that in a good friend.
Awesome.
That sounds like a good friend to me. Thank you, Denise. And
thank you.
What it says on your in your bio as well is that live a life of financial freedom. College doesn't have to be a debt sentence, and that's so true. I know so many families that go into debt to put their kids through university and college, so this is valuable information. So over at JVologyGiveaway.com, under Money Matters, find Denise Thomas and the 12 Scholarship Secrets. She's offering tips from prestigious scholarship judges. So the checklist of how to take advantage of this. So click on Get Gift under Denise Thomas. And I think that is super duper valuable for everyone watching who has kids that will eventually be going to college or university. Thank you, Denise.
Thank you.
Great to see you. right. I've been
We're
talking to Denise, and
you had mentioned that you've been having some conversations with her.
So great. I'm going to grab her gift for sure and get that checklist and to start checking it off and see what can be done and how we can make this a better debt-free, or at least debt-reduced experience.
And the reason I asked her about the difference in the States and Canada is we have friends here that moved here from the States and putting their oldest son into university, and they cannot believe how much cheaper it is here. Like the money that they would have spent hundreds of thousands in the States cost like nothing here. And I know we pay taxes and all that stuff, but it still costs money, and you still go into debt no matter what. So it's nice to know there are options to help out with that.
Yeah, it really is. And, it really, for me, opens up the conversation of, is university appropriate for everybody? Is it still given? And I think the answer is no. And being a part of this entrepreneurial world and this space of self-education, every person that we have on these 75 experts, they're all sharing their information. They're all educators. They all have the capacity to share what they know with other people to help them learn that specific niche. And so I think if people really have or even young people today, 18, 19, 20, if they have an idea of what they want to learn, there's so many other paths to get that information that can be more relevant, more with your, with a pulse on what's happening in the world today, and learn the craft from the experts that are out there doing it at a fraction of the cost compared to university.
Right.
There's a lot of options out there.
It sounds like it. And you just need guidance. So it's so important to have that. I wouldn't have a clue where to start. So I think that she'd be really, especially with you and I, both teenagers in the next 3-4 years, making those big decisions about what they want to do. And you want to be able to help them out a little, you know?
Definitely. All right. Well, up next is Charles, who is the business partner of Dr. Liddy, who we love. So it's very nice to meet you. How are you,
Charles?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you. Yeah.
It's really quite a surprise. I thought I was going to be incognito just watching food.
Oh, not with us.
No.
You're not incognito.
The lighting is not exactly the way I would like it, but thank you. I'm very grateful for just a moment with you. I met Jay and Corey on the cruise, and this has been one heck of a ride here the last few months in getting to know you and everything that you have with JVology. So
yeah, great. Well, share with us what the gift is. So that we have an idea of really what you're sharing.
Liddy is going to be doing all that, not me. We're business partners, but she's going to be interviewed by you today. That's all I knew. So she's not here yet? I guess not. Huh?
I don't know. Are we in the back room, Charisse? Do you see Liddy yet? Not yet?
She gave me the same link that she has. So is it only one person per link, or am I blocking her?
Jump in too.
No. She can come on in when she gets here. We can talk to you in the meantime.
I didn't prepare. I mean, I have a free gift if you want it. Can
you tell us about hers?
Charles, you don't have to share about hi, everybody.
Hi, Charisse.
About Dr. Liddy's gift, but could you just tell us kind of like what you guys do, who you guys serve, and just like the basics of your business? And we also have the gift on JVologyGiveaway.com/gifts. But could you just .com, sorry. So could you just like maybe tell us some of that?
Yeah. And when she gets here, she can hop in and share the rest.
Okay.
Thanks, Charisse.
I'm going to talk about her first because it's her deal. Dr. Liddy is a New York attorney. She's been teaching for several years at universities around the world. So she's from the Dominican Republic originally, but spent all of her practice. She's been a financial regulator on Wall Street. And what she does is she helps people power up and legal up their business. Everything from the legal setup of the business to asset protection. She's very well versed in insurance and tax strategies. And the two of us together I complement that with what I have is called the business empowerment system. And it's all the secrets that you'd ever want to know about how the elite have certain tax benefits that they kind of keep them to themselves. So we're going to bring them to the forefront. I do. And there's some things that we cross over on, but she basically does the legal stuff. I do the tax stuff, and we combine on the insurance stuff. And we want to develop a show called the Business Empowerment Network.
That's such a great combination. You really, from my opinion, want to have a team of experts that are working hand in hand with one another, having the legal, the tax, and the insurance all kind of over you, like your two experts that you come together, and that way you know what's going on. I think that's really, really important to have a comprehensive strategy. So the Wall Street insider secrets, like what are we going to learn here?
Well, you're going to learn that when the lawmakers make laws about our taxes are going to go up, down, or stay the same in the future, right? Mm-hmm. So depending upon what you believe, that's how you take action. Well, if they're going to go up, do you think that possibly the lawmakers would give themselves an out so that they didn't have to play under the same rules that we do?
Yep.
Maybe? What do you think?
Well, it does appear that there are different rules for everybody.
It sometimes seems like there's two sets of rules. But even if you go to a family office attorneys, I've found over the last 20 years, I'm not a CPA, I'm not an accountant, but I've been a insurance industry licensed person for 20 years, and all the tax benefits that are there for corporations or individuals are never talked about by their agents because they don't understand them. They don't read the contracts. They're just in it to sell the life insurance. So there are many ways that we've never been taught, we've been conditioned to learn otherwise, that we bring to the table so that people have more choices about how to pass on their wealth to the next generation. And the financial advisors we work with, they love us because we find money that now they have more money to invest with their clients. So we're not making any enemies here. We're just finding more money so that there's more of it in our pocket than in the government's pocket.
Well, that's it's very, very useful. I think what I'm hearing you say is the wealthy have rules that will protect them, but they don't really want the rest of us to know, but they're there. And when you're be able to share those insider secrets to help the more common person, I don't call us common, we're not common, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe not be the rich and famous, but
that's exactly right.
Strategies.
They are there. They're in the tax code. There's really two tax codes, one for the informed or the uninformed and the informed. So which one do you think is going to pay the most amount or the least amount of tax that they legally have to pay?
Well, the more you know, the more you can know to write off, and having a good team that's handling that for you is a critical piece as well.
Well, as an example, Krista, it's not just what you write off. It could be an instrument that or a contract that you've never even heard of it before that will allow you to get a benefit that you didn't even know was possible. It's not just the numbers of deductions, because that's where most CPAs are, is here's how much you owe. What myself and my team does is we work with all these professionals that you never get to meet them, and we'll do a second opinion for them, let's say. Let's give you a second opinion. You give us any tax return from any year. We don't even need the return. We'll just take a few numbers. And we're going to give you a second opinion on what we think. Here's how much we can save you.
Yeah.
And people discover that, wow, there was something there that I didn't know. What do we do now?
And, we've been in situations where finding new accountants, finding new, you're talking about insurance and all of that. And one of the questions I find Jay's asked people is, so would you be working for us or would you be working for the government? Because, yeah, because like, how will you serve us in like you said, keeping more money in, our bank account versus giving it away? And there's so many strategies that people just have no idea about. Even out there that do this for a living, they just don't know the ins and outs. So it's important.
You want to know what I love about this industry? this marketing, this whole thing, what you ladies are doing, what I love about it.
Tell me.
Prior to this, as a professional, I would get trained by all the insurance companies so that they train their team. They don't train the public, okay?
Yeah.
And I would, for the last 20 years, I've worked on all the relationships with all the people that I have on my team, but it was always one-to-one. It wasn't one-to-many. So the most we could do, financial advisors will do, maybe they'll be a member of the organization called Society for Financial Awareness. It's called SOFA. And they hold workshops. Well, when clients come to workshops looking for new information, they can get the information there, but what do you think's going on in the back of their head while this person in front of them is teaching them? He's saying, I don't have anything to sell you, but you can come to my office for an appointment. So what's going on in the back of their head?
What is he really going to sell me?
Exactly. So what I love about this, I didn't even know this was possible. I've created a safe zone. You've created it for me, that I can put together a package, which I have, which literally tells you everything I've ever learned in my whole life in the last 20 years. And I get some compensation for that. And then I have a membership site. I could keep giving people information before they ever have to make a decision. And once I get them the information, they can go back to their own people or they can go to my team. But first, it's so complicated, right? People are confused, right? They've got to be able to go at their own pace. And especially today where there's so much other pressure with COVID and everything else, I love the fact that we can speak to a lot of people, not selling, just sharing the information and giving them something to hold on to that they know that their future, they're not going to get hit by the tax train. You know, if taxes go up 50%, we're going to get them off the track. And legally, that's what Liddy's part is. People put off when they start their business. What do? They just want to grow the business, right? They're not concerned with it until it's too late. It's like, oh, I set up my corporation the wrong way. Now what do I do?
Right.
Yeah, that's a big part of it, is getting the structure set up properly so that you can take advantage of tax benefits.
Absolutely.
Because it's not the same for everyone. It really depends on the type of corporation you've set up and how you're running that. So it's wonderful. Make sure everyone take advantage of this gift. Get to meet Charles, but really get to meet Dr. Liddy. Sorry she wasn't able to join us. She is a glowing soul. I've met her a few times.
I am the luckiest guy in business, I'm telling you.
She is amazing. Like, she just lights up a room and has a wonderful charisma and is smart and wants to help. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. And then Charles, you probably don't know this because you're just chiming in, but we do a fun random question for all of our guests. And here is yours. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
If you could live any historical figure's life, which one would you choose?
If I could live any historical figure's life. Ooh, that goes across the financial and spiritual and everything, right? Anyone?
Anyone. We have no rules here.
Oh my goodness.
Like none.
It would be between Thoreau, these philosopher guys, or because Thoreau said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. And I noticed it's, most of the ladies make all the buying decisions. 70% of the people on everything I'm on is ladies. You notice that, right?
Yeah.
So most men lead lives of quiet desperation. They have a hard time communicating. I add to that, few men lead lives of quiet inspiration. And that's, I'd love to be able to bless people with, to get guys to be able to communicate a little bit better. But I don't know. I'm thinking of Ben Franklin. That guy was ambassador to France when he was 17 years old. What a cool thing.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for playing. Take it away, Corey.
Yes. Thank you, Charles. I'm glad that you were able to chime in today for Dr. Liddy. And I'm going to remind everyone about her gift. So over at JVologyGiveaway.com, Dr. Liddy Lewis. She is a New York City trained lawyer and former Wall Street financial regulator. So her gift is the Wall Street Insider reveals the secret legal strategies of the rich. And you get a ton of stuff, Wall Street Insider Playbook, the Millionaire Mastery Income Streams, and a 20-minute strategy session with Dr. Liddy herself, and all valued at $991. So get that gift and go see what she's up to. And Charles as well. It looks like you have a great team there. Thank you so much for helping us out today and coming on.
Thank you, ladies.
And in the heart of giving and gift giving, the checklist that you just saw the commercial for is our gift to you, or Jay Facette's gift to you. So make sure everyone, you're taking advantage of that. You can go to jvology.com/checklist. Checklist. Get the checklist.
What is it again? JVology. I don't have it.
Checklist. Very valuable resource for you for getting grounded in joint ventures and what that looks like, what that means, and all the things you need to know. It's more comprehensive than a checklist. We're told all the time. People go, "What? Don't call it a checklist. It's much more than that." But go ahead and grab that, and that will help you on your joint venture entrepreneurial journey. All right, there we go. Are we ready? We've got a couple joining us. And
we do.
Hi, David and Dana. How are you?
Doing fantastic, Krista and Corey. Great to be here.
Nice
Delighted to be with you.
Excellent. So nice to see you. So tell us who you are, where are you coming in from?
All right. Well, I will introduce us. My name is Dana Hagstrom, and this is my husband, David. And we are online marketing coaches, and we come to you today from our home here in Mexico. We retired here in 2016 and have been building our business and helping online marketers ever since.
I was a pastor for 35 years in the States, and Dana was a paralegal working with a variety of areas of law from
personal injury was one of my favorites. Estate law was what I was doing when we retired. And my least favorite was family law. But it was helping people, bringing my compassion and my organizational skills to that job. And now I'm able to bring those same skills to a new profession.
Well, tell us about that.
Well, when we started, when we first retired, we weren't really sure what we wanted to do. We had dabbled a little bit in online marketing starting about 10 years ago, but Dana had been doing some network marketing. And after we retired, actually 6 months before we retired, we started doing some blogging. And then we spent time doing affiliate marketing along with blogging. And over time, we had a particular event where one of our coaches was meeting with us, going over our business plan, and said, "Okay, now it's time. You need to be out there coaching." And what I hadn't realized until then is that we had, in my ministry, I had focused in many ways on strategic planning and coaching staff. That was my particular sweet spot. And so now we'd simply learned how to do that in a different industry.
And who do you serve? Like who would come to you for this?
Well, we describe our market as online marketing solopreneurs, but we've discovered not everybody knows what a solopreneur is.
Right.
It's simply a way of saying we serve online marketers who are not part of a larger company. They're working by themselves or with their wife or family, and maybe have some virtual assistants, but they're not a larger corporation.
So like course creators or coaches, you know,
Or affiliate marketers.
Or affiliate marketers.
Right.
People that are wanting to serve. And, you know, since we learned how to take our gifts and experience and use that to monetize that, we want to help other people, you know, dig inside, find those gold mines inside and monetize it.
Excellent. Tell us about your gift and how we can get started in getting to work with you. What does this look like?
Great. Well, our solution framework is a way of developing a lead magnet that will not only attract your desired clients, but also serve their needs. And a lot of lead magnets that we've seen work very well just to get you get the email address from somebody. But what we want to make sure is that you are really serving them in such a way that you're developing a relationship, and a relationship that leads somewhere, that they will be interested in taking the next step with you. And so what we have here is a framework that we use for creating lead magnets, and that we think would be very valuable for many people in your audience as they would seek to develop a lead magnet as well. The solution framework is an acronym for 8 necessary components of your lead magnet. And we describe those first to help you get a picture of what you really want that lead magnet to do for someone, and so that it's not a dead end, but actually leads you somewhere. And then we have a step-by-step process for developing this lead magnet. And then once you've developed your own lead magnet, you can go back to the 8-point checklist, so to speak, and check off, you know, does it meet this criteria and this criteria and this criteria? And we've found it useful for ourselves, not only in designing each new lead magnet that we want to put out, but going back and revising our lead magnets that we've had out there for some time to improve them to, if they don't meet 1 or 2 of the criteria in our framework, we go back and revise it and strengthen it so that it's a stronger piece and more helpful to our clients.
Right. It's all about value. You know, we always want to over deliver and provide as much value as possible. And when you're first meeting someone with a lead magnet, you want to be, you know, so valuable and just provide as much, you know, good stuff to them in an organized fashion. And so that's what our framework does for you.
You had said the solution, I saw that it was an acronym. I'm thinking, what does that stand for? So can you give us one little snippet of SOLUTION, which one you can share with us?
Well, you want to, I'm trying to think. I have them, I just do it.
Yes.
But you want it to be unique. That's the you. You want it to be unique. And you want to have it, I'm trying to think with the T, the time. You want to have it to be consumable. You don't want to have it be huge, you know. So and relevant is in there, but it's not the R. We use a different word for that. But it needs to have all of those pieces so that, you know, it isn't, you know, too much. You know, lead magnets a lot of times are too hard to consume. And so you want to make it, you know, compact, but valuable.
You want to solve one problem.
That's the S.
For your audience.
Right.
And you also want to show how once you've solved that problem, that's part of a larger process. And what are the next steps that they need to take?
Yeah.
The end.
Great. All right. Well, thank you so much. We like to give a fun random question to all of our guests. And being that you're a couple, I'm going to have your random question is, where is your favorite place that you vacationed together?
Oh, wow. You know, it's funny. I don't know. Do you want to answer that or should I go?
Go ahead.
You have your own opinion.
We live in Mexico. We live in Mexico, but we love to vacation here as well. In fact, I think that was one of the reasons that attracted us. But, you know, we live in the middle. We live in the mountains on a beautiful lake. So when we vacation, one of our favorite spots is to go to the ocean.
Yeah.
And be able to hear the water and, you know, feel the sand. And
I would have said the same thing. We love Mexico. As she said, we live in the mountains. We're actually about the same elevation as Denver.
Oh,
Wonderful.
Mile high, city here.
Yeah.
And so for us, when we go to the coast, it's a huge change. And everybody thinks it's, we live where it's hot all the time. Well, not so up in the mountains, but on the coast, that it's fun to go there once in a while.
Right.
Got it. And I've heard that Mexico, depending where you are, is completely different. I've only been to the ocean. I haven't been where you are. So it's beautiful there. I think everybody loves Mexico. You're really, really fortunate to be able to live abroad. Like, good for you two for making that happen. I think that's an inspiration for people wanting to figure out how to do it for themselves, right?
Right.
Thank you both so much for being here. I want to just talk a little bit about where to send people to JVologyGiveaway.com. And Dr. David and Dana Hagstrom are actually under lead generation, and their solution framework to generate 10 to 15 high quality leads daily and breakthrough to profit consultations. So get that gift and take this opportunity to learn from them. And perhaps you too can create the reality of your dream of living abroad, because I know so many people who would love to do that. And it sounds like you have everything broken down into step by step, which for someone like me, that's how I kind of operate. Works for, not complicating things, but making it easy. So thank you so much for sharing that with us today.
You're very welcome,
You're
Corey.
very welcome. Thank you for your ability to share it.
Thank you, Krista.
All right. So 5 partners and 5-day challenge. If you have not signed up already, do that now. It starts on Monday. JVology.com/jumpstart. All right. I think we're going to switch it up. There we
go. We got all different
And
colors going on. I love that.
Patricia is on her way in. So let's bring her on up and get on with our next guest expert.
Excellent. There
Hello.
she is.
How are you doing,
Patricia?
Hi, doing well. How are you all doing today?
Wonderful. I am loving the inner fire, outer light. Tell me more.
Yeah, so I work with a combination of creative and wellness folks to help them make a living and make a life and make a difference with their gifts in the world. And so we're really all about, working on those inner things so their outer light can shine in the world. Yeah.
And isn't that what they want, right? When they have this gift and they have something that's so important to them, and it's not always that easy to do the business side of it to attract people. So that's that where you step in and help them out?
That's exactly right. Yeah, where craft leaves off and everything else begins. Most people I work with are really passionate and well-trained in their craft, but they don't have a background in business, and they don't have the mindset and the skill set to go along with that. So that's where we step in and support them.
Oh, great. We got this beautiful big tree with the purple flowers behind you. Where are you zooming in from?
This is our current backyard in Southern Oregon. So this is actually crepe myrtle. We can grow things that are indigenous to the South as well as the Pacific Northwest. We have kind of the great climate, so we're lucky.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No offense to Oregon, I just don't think about it all that often.
It's not all like Portland. A lot of variety.
And Patricia, you know, I think what you do, so what I'm hearing is that someone is has a gift or a talent or something they want to share with the world creatively, and this is learning how to make money from it, make a business from it, how to bring it to life, how to bring it to the market, how to share it with people. Is that where you step in?
Absolutely, yeah. And for the giveaway, I'm really looking at a specific subset of those folks who not only have a gift, not only want to earn with their creativity or their wellness gift, but also have a mission to do something good in the world. They have a social change or social purpose mission. And they really want to do something that's at that intersection. And often I've found over the last decade that I've been doing this work that often people have an idea that they've been carrying for a long time, but they can't figure out how to find the money, how to find the time, really how to put that together. And they especially think, well, it's a social change thing, so I have to be a volunteer, or I have to start a nonprofit, or it just can get very complex and overwhelming. And so what we're really looking at is how can you put together a funding strategy for that idea and really then eventually have that become a livelihood, become sustainable, become something that you can really devote yourself to. There's not just one way of doing that.
Oh,
beautiful. Go ahead, Corey.
Oh, I was just going to ask, so the hybrid funding model, is it something that, like, how does that work? Does it involve, we were talking earlier about scholarships and things like that. I know this isn't that, but not just grants. How do you go about doing that for people?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I've been in the nonprofit world and in the business world. And of course, there's a lot of focus now on what's called social enterprise. And that's really looking at what's sort of in between business and nonprofit models. But there are other models out there that I think are really useful to draw from: cooperatives, communitarian models, a bunch of other different kinds of models. And so what I really work with people on is choosing, given their idea, what is the best kind of combination of models to put that together for their idea? Because there's really no one right answer in terms of funding for people. And especially for sustainable funding, all of our existing models have limitations. And they can really be problematic because they often put other people in charge of funding our work. And so to have that autonomy and control, as well as the flexibility and freedom, it really takes a hybrid model. And so this is actually something I've been thinking about for a couple of decades and I'm writing a book about, and I'm really excited to be helping people to bring that to life with their work.
Beautiful. Will you tell us about your gift?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Creative Social Change Funding Strategy 5-day Kickstarter is a way for people to bring their ideas for social or environmental change ideas and where that intersects with their creative gifts, and to start to map out where would the money come from this? How can I actually get this idea off the ground, right? What's the starting point? Because often people just get stuck in this getting ready to be ready phase. And so how can you go from getting ready to be ready to actually launching something into the world and have a map of where that money is going to come from for the first stage? And then we'll have opportunities for people to really go to the next piece of that and learn about time and strategy and all those other pieces so that they can really launch their idea into the world. But money is often the first obstacle that people really think about. And so this gets them over that hump. There's, 5 mini lessons each day that people, and then action steps that people can take so that by the end of the 5 days, they have a basic map of where that money is going to come from. And they've already started to have some results, which is very exciting.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for this. Now we do a fun random question for all of our guests. And yours, Patricia, is, What's the name of your first pet and what was it?
Oh, yeah. My first pet was I had two. There was a cat named Emily. I want to say her name was Emily. And then my more sort of memorable first companion animal was a dog named Sitka. And she was part Samoyed and part Golden Retriever. And when we got her, she was a puppy and she just chewed through everything. everything. She used to go get the neighbors' newspapers and chew them. She would chew through glass bottles. I don't know how she did that without harming.
Oh my God.
She was a chewer, but she was a lovely dog.
Well, thanks for sharing and thanks for being here.
Thank you, Patricia. One of our questions we'd asked yesterday was, are you a cat person or a dog person? I guess you're both based on that.
I'm an animal person.
You're an animal person. So JVology giveaway.com, Patricia Morrison, she's under, of course, Money Matters, which is our focus for today. And the gift is Creative Social Change Funding Strategy 5-day Kickstarter. So go visit her and click on Get Gift, valued at $47. Lots of fascinating information there about sharing your gift with the world and how to find money to do that. Thank you, Patricia. I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much for having me. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, very good. We are going to bring in Dr. Liddy, who is now ready to pop in. So we're just going to...
Okay. Oh, there she is.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Hello, ladies. Hello, Miss Corey and Miss Krista.
Hello.
Good to see you, wonderful ladies.
Yes, you
nice
as well.
See you.
So we got to meet and talk with your partner, Charles, who gave us a great overview of what's going on. But we want you to be able to shine your light and share with us exactly what it is that you're sharing with us. So take it away.
Sure. So Charles and I partnered up to start what we call the Business Empowerment Network, and which is an opportunity for both of us to kind of share with the world what we've been working on for so long. Charles does the insurance and the, trust types of matters, and I handle the legal issues in our businesses. And we're often so afraid of the legal issues, we don't really focus on them. And as I tell business owners, legal issues are the invisible infrastructure that oftentimes determines the success of your business. And the reason so many businesses really don't take off and skyrocket and become amazing is because they're missing what I call the Lift Me protocol, which is L for legal, I for insurance, F for financial, T for taxes, M for mentorship. So few of us are mentored. And E for estate planning. What are you going to do with this business that you design and create and skyrocket? What do you do with it? What's your legacy that you leave behind? So I've learned from working with millionaires in New York and Wall Street for so long that this is what they do. They really plan ahead, way into the future for the next generation. And they're building their businesses not only for them to have an impact currently, but also for intergenerational wealth. So Charles and I partnered up and said, let's bring this to the people. Let's do this.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. I mean, that is just, you're so clear on what you're doing and
I'm impassioned.
Yes. And it's fun also. We're creating businesses and to treat it like a business right from the beginning, get the structures in place so that the tax benefits can be utilized by setting the structure up properly in the first place with that anticipation and expectation of growing big and meeting every possible, road to strategy for wealth that we can get.
Well, absolutely. And now with COVID, everyone's gone digital. And here's what's been happening on the legal side with digital. The regulators, I'm a former Wall Street regulator, I'll admit it, but I was fighting on behalf of the good guys, the small business owners and small investors. You know, California has set the pace effective January of this year. Social media, we're all digital. They're tracking your privacy. They're tracking how you reach out to people. They're tracking if you're reselling it or sharing it with other folks. So California is leading the charge. And I think every other state is going to be doing that. So what I tell my clients is, let's get ready for them. Nothing to fear. Let's get everything in order. And one thing I've realized by doing that is even businesses that have been around for a while, 5, 6, 7 years with wonderful success, haven't done some of these things. And now the regulators, because of the revenue drain, because of COVID, are looking to make examples, shall we say, right, of people. And it's the reality of where we are. So we all need to, what I call, legal up and power up. That's kind of the name of my business academy. Not to be afraid. Let me share with you the knowledge that I've had for the past 23 years on Wall Street as a law professor, you know, working with millionaires. Those things that they do, we need to do as small business owners. And it's accessible to us. And that's, I think, the key that most people don't realize is that we can learn this, we can do this. It's not out of our reach. We just need to sort of band together, right, to do this, not just for us, but the impact, our families, and the next generation. It's so critical.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing what you have. It was great to see you, Dr. Liddy, and look forward to talking to you more offline.
Absolutely. I'm here for you guys. Thank you so much for the time.
And I'll remind everybody of Dr. Liddy's gift again. So JVologyGiveaway.com, and we are in Money Matters. Wall Street Insider reveals the secret legal strategies of the rich. And I spoke earlier, Dr. Liddy, about everything you're offering in this gift. It's a full package valued at $991. A lot of good stuff. And it's like the underbelly, the secret, you know, kind of, not secret, but the part of our business that we don't give the attention to, or we have fear around, and you help ease people's fears in this area and take care of them. So I think anybody and everybody that owns a business should talk to you and take advantage of this. So click on Get Gift under Dr. Liddy Lewis and check it out. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, ladies. Love what you're doing.
Woo-hoo! We are better together.
Better together.
Love our slogan. All right. So we're going to just keep plowing right through. Up next, our friend and guest expert, Mike Wolf, is here to talk about real estate, investing in these current times. And as things are changing, whether you're new at it, good at it, Mike's the expert here. Nice to see you, Mike.
Good to see you too.
Hi, Mike.
How's it going?
Where are you in the world right now, Mike? Where are you?
Well, normally I would be somewhere more tropical. Right now I'm in Vancouver. So.
Oh, you're still in Vancouver. Nice.
Still hanging out here. You bet.
Nice. All right. Well, the stage is yours, Mike. Tell us. I know you just did a big event. You're talking investment. You're staying up with the times on how things are how this new COVID economy is affecting real estate. What can you share with us today?
Well, I've been on a lot of podcasts and summits and stages lately, virtual stages that is, and everybody seems to have the same question: what is going to happen to the economy? What's going to happen to real estate? And we're basically going to see a really big transfer of wealth coming down the pipeline. And so I want to help as many people as possible to be on the good side of that transfer, not on the bad side of that transfer of wealth.
Transfer of wealth. Yeah. Can you expand on that?
Yeah. So whenever you have a major chaotic event, such as what's going on right now, pandemic, we saw it in 2007, 2008. Whenever we see this chaos, we see a lot of people either moving up or moving down, with the economy. And of course, when you shut down the entire global economy of the planet, there's obviously going to be a lot of a lot of mayhem, and we're seeing right now, obviously, a lot of companies going bankrupt, and a lot of entrepreneurs, unfortunately, losing their business if they weren't able to pivot, which is a big word of the year. And there's also a lot of people that are, they're sitting around waiting to see what happens to them. And instead, if they take this downtime to educate themselves and see the opportunities that are coming up and prepare for them, there's also a lot of opportunity to move up that ladder during this time frame. And I did exactly that. In 2007, during the Great Recession, created a ton of opportunity. And of my 31 years of investing in real estate, that was actually the most successful part of my career. And so I think we're going to get even more pronounced during this fallout after the economy tries to open up.
Yeah. And your focus is real estate.
It is real estate, but that's what I'm most known for. But I've been an entrepreneur all my life. I've had a lot of different businesses. And this is actually, if you're any type of entrepreneur, there's going to be amazing opportunities, right now that are coming down the pipeline as other people, unfortunately, lose their businesses. Is a good chance to position your business and once again, pivot your business to deal with the times that are coming up.
So tell us about your gift, Mike. We've got it pulled up on the screen for everyone to see.
Yeah, so basically it's something I just finished writing and editing, and it's called The Radical Real Estate Revolution. It talks about the top ways to take advantage of what's coming down the pipeline, whether you have money, no money, good credit, bad credit. It's basically the different ways you can get started, even if you've never done a deal before. And so I'm giving people that and to help them to prepare for what's coming. And in addition to that, I'm also giving them a 15-minute call with me where I can go in more detail with them and answer any of their questions.
Well, that's very generous of you. I think that those 15 minutes can be really valuable. We often have just that one burning question that's maybe thinking, well, this isn't for me, or I don't have enough knowledge, enough resources, enough money to do this or to take advantage of an opportunity that's in real estate. And so just by talking to you, you can probably help them sort out and see if it is a good fit for them to be able to dive in and take advantage of this.
Yeah, not just a good fit for people that necessarily want to become real estate investors, but also people, maybe you're struggling with your own mortgage and you're in a position where maybe you're going to lose your home, and I can help you maybe slow down or stop the process, or give you some advice and get you on a better path. Because I know so many people right now that are unfortunately in a really bad spot. I want to help as many people as I can.
Yeah. And ironically, I shared with you on Facebook 4 years ago, last week, the memories popped up of Jay and I being in Atlanta with you, taking advantage of one of your programs there and viewing the real estate in Atlanta. And I mean, I know anything real estate, mortgage, anything to do with that, you are an expert. Like, you know the answer to everything.
Yeah, well, first of all, time flies. I can't believe it's been 4 years. And yeah, I've been doing this for 31 years. So for me, in 15 minutes, I can definitely give people some direction and advice. Yeah. I used to have a company back in 2007 called Foreclosure Fixers, where I dealt with so many people that were in the what's called pre-foreclosure stage, meaning the banks had already given them notice, and had they not made any changes, they would have ended up losing their homes. And we managed to help keep a bunch of people in their homes, or at least give them what I call soft landing, meaning that we put them in something else that was more affordable, help them rebuild, and get them back in the game and back into home ownership. So I
love that you're offering that now, that you're bringing that advice to people that are in a position of possibly losing their home or making some big personal real estate choices or decisions for themselves, and that you're offering to be able to give them some guidance on that. So
there's going to be so much of that, unfortunately. And, right now there's a moratorium on foreclosures in most places. And so a lot of people are in a holding pattern, but obviously sometimes really bad things happen to good people. And of course, nobody prepared for this pandemic to hit. And these are people that have always made their mortgage payments. And it's not that they don't want to, but if you don't have employment, what do you do? And so I want to be here to help as many of those people as I can.
Well, thank you so much, Mike Wolf. Great to see you again. And Corey is going to tell everybody where to get your gift.
Yes, head on over to JVologyGiveaway.com. Mike Wolf is under Money Matters, and the Radical Real Estate Revolution Master Course and 15-minute strategy call with Mike. I know I can speak from personal experience, Jay, and I learned a ton from you, and you would be my go-to resource for anything to do with real estate investment, anything in that industry. I know you're an expert, and you travel all over the world. So, you've got this freedom to live a really cool life, which I think is speaks a lot for what you do as well. So valued at $297, click on Get Gift and go spend some time with Mike. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much for having me and all the kind words, and good luck. And I think this is great. So keep up the good work.
Thanks, Mike.
We'll see you.
All right, moving right along.
Yeah,
it's always fun. It's from one wonderful person to the next. It's a great community of amazing people. And welcome, Wendy Petties. It's great to have you here.
Hi, Wendy.
Hello.
Smiling and healthy and fantastic.
Yes. Feeling really great. Excited to talk to you, ladies. I love and know both of you, and it's always a pleasure. So yes, thank you for having me.
Wendy, you are looking so healthy and fresh and glowing.
Yes. I'm feeling really great. I had a little problem a couple weeks ago, and I have bounced back, and I'm raring to go.
Awesome. So happy life coach.
That's me.
I like the way you punctuate it. You've got a period after each one. Each one of those words has meaning and significance, and I just love it. So tell us in our audience what it is that you are up to, Happy Life Coach.
Yes. So thank you. I deliberately put the punctuation between the words because I do believe that all three of those things are important for your life. You have to be happy, you have to really focus on your life, and you have to get some help too, because everything that we do, we can't do alone. So Happy Life Coach is what I'm about. But yeah, I'm really excited about a bunch of things. I'm running a new program called Sexy Money because my background is as an MBA, a psychologist, and a sex educator. And I believe that you have to really plan for abundance and plan for pleasure in order to have the life that you want. So that's what I'm doing, and I love it, and it gives me goosebumps every time I say it.
I love how you can take
because there was a little bit of a technical blip and we missed the best line. The sexy money part. Say that one again.
Sexy money. Yes. So I run a program called Sexy Money, and it's really about connecting to yourself and connecting to pleasure and abundance, but you got to plan for it. Like, I believe everybody can have an ideal life. They can have everything that they want, but you have to plan for it, and it has to be deliberate choices. And so I say I am a freedom fighter for your desires. People think they know what they want, but they don't always. And so I help you kind of figure out what you think is a want, but actually may be a need in order to get that.
I think I need a little video of Wendy where I can wake up every morning and she's like, I'm a freedom fighter for your desires.
Yes. We need like a t-shirt. Yes, absolutely. I love it. I really do. And I think it's so very important, and I've been doing this for a long time, but this pandemic in particular made me think about that you cannot have everything that you want unless you're able to pay for it. And it's kind of, it's cruel a little to fly this flag of, you can have everything that you want and you can blah, blah. You have to really plan for pleasure, plan for abundance, and they go hand in hand. And so, so I've pivoted a little bit, which is in my wheelhouse. As I said, I'm an MBA. I am, my net worth over $1 million. Like, I've put these things into practice, and I help other people to do it too.
Beautiful. So tell us about your gift, please.
Yes. So this gift is, I believe in fast action. So it is really a video with a surprise. The surprise is that you get to apply for a half hour with me. It's called a Have It All call. And I've been getting lots of people and meeting lots of wonderful people. So that's really wonderful. But the meat of this is a 21-page book. So you get to read about how do you figure out like what it is that you want, because that's really the first step. And then there's a workbook that has fun and easy activities. You can jump in there. So you can do all of them together, or you can do them separately, and you can keep coming back to it. So I'm really excited about this, and people seem to like it. So I'm really, really glad of that.
Oh, great. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. Now, I know that when we talked before, you have a fairly specific niche down audience. Do you want to tell us who you're really serving?
I am looking and working with women. I love working with women. Primarily, I work with women of color. I think that we are underserved. I think that people do not really take into account our special and specific needs. And so that's where I focus. It's not that I don't work with anybody else, but that's where my energy is. You know, I work with people like me. Most of my people come to me, they are over 40. They're trying to figure out like what is next for the rest of their lives. And but my juicy spot is really women. It's really women. And so I think that, you know, if we all do something, if we all serve somebody, we can get it all done. But I'm focused on women, you know, juicing them up, turning on their sexy, turning on their, you know, turning on their pleasure. And I'm loving it and love seeing how people can turn it on when they need it, you know, and really connecting that to their abundance and their money I'm telling you, it gives me goosebumps. These calls that I've been having and seeing women come in kind of like, and then, you know, we have a conversation and I ask them to turn on their sexy. Like if I asked you guys to turn on your sexy, your whole body. Yeah. see that, Corey? Yeah.
I don't know.
Krista, turn on your sexy. Turn on your sexy. Yes. That's what happens. People do, they touch themselves. Yes. But we have to have that on all the time. Go ahead, Corey, flip that hair. Yes. You have to have that on all the time.
You make it fun and joyful for women, which I love, because it can be overwhelming, you know, where new habits, my, you know, goal setting and develop a plan, create financial abundance. And it can all seem kind of dry and overwhelming. And I think you just bring the, like you said, the sexy into it, the fun into it. And even just talking to you is like,
sexy back.
Yes.
Exactly.
Teresa's in the back of the studio going, I'm getting Wendy's gift.
Oh, good. Pick me up on that Have It All call too, because we can have some fun one-on-one too. Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Perfect. Well, this is so much fun. I want to make sure you get your fun random question that's headed your way. Every guest gets one.
Okay, drum roll. I'm ready.
What interesting skill?
Wait, I want a better question.
Okay, good.
I want to know, what is the craziest dare you've ever done?
Ooh, good one.
It's funny because I don't really do dares because I always say I couldn't be outed because I would be the first one to be on the news and tell all my business before you could like hold it against me, you know? So a dare, probably what came to mind was I was at a business conference and there was this cute guy like down the hallway and my friends were like, you won't talk to him. And I was like, not only will I talk to him, but he will be like, oh my God, I want to take her out. And so I did. And they all were like, oh my God, teach me how. So it was really you know, go after some guy, some strange guy kind of thing, you know, like I worked on Wall Street. So I was all buttoned up and everything. And I just kind of opened that button a little bit and sashayed over there and was like, and then he was like, what? And it was,
you got mad skills down there, Wendy.
Yes, I do teach a flirting class too. So yes.
Wendy Petties.
That's me. Yes.
All right. Well, over at JVologyGiveaway.com under Money Matters, Wendy Petties, and you know, women who want to stop worrying about money and instead use it to fund their dreams through entrepreneurship, breaking patterns, all the stuff that has us stuck. You want to talk to Wendy. So her gift is Achieve Your Dream Jumpstart Action Pack, and valued at $497. That's amazing. 11-page workbook. So, and just spending time with you, I think would jazz anybody up. So thank you, Wendy. Click on her gift and take advantage of this. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Good to see you ladies. And I really appreciate the opportunity, and much love to you guys. And whenever you need it, just turn it on. Just turn it on. Yes. Bye, guys.
Bye, Wendy.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
There we go.
So much fun. You know, it's like, as the personality comes out, and we were just, it's really about opening up to who you are and allowing that to come out. It's not just because, you know, she's talking about wealth and money strategies and business strategies, but strategies don't have to be like raw, dry, analytical strategy. Sometimes a strategy is just about bringing the best you out.
It's great to always, you know, learn from someone who's got great energy, wears a lot of purple, is a lot of fun, a little crazy, and
I think that is the
who's next.
Intro. You are just lining it up. And
there he is. Ta-da!
I'm even going to change the background for you. Ready?
Oh, yay.
Oh, there we go. We're staying in brand. I love it.
Hey, Jonathan.
Hello, Krista. Hello, Corey. How are you, wonderful, fabulous ladies?
Oh, we're great.
We're doing great because, you know, Wendy Petty's just had us unleash our little inner spark. So we're ready for you now.
I love it. I love it. Can we do the sparkling, like cling?
Awesome. Well, speaking of sparkle and good news, you just got off the phone and received an award.
I was nominated.
Nomination?
Yeah, I was nominated for Certified Tax Coach of the Year. So they're narrowing it down to the finalists. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Oh, congratulations!
Yes, I'm super stoked. So yeah. So what's up? What are we doing? What are we talking about?
Oh my gosh. Well, I know we better zero it in. We can't leave the conversations too wide.
Right? That's a secret. Okay, guys.
Here's the road we're on, Jonathan. We want to talk about the gift that you're giving here in the giveaway. And your new book that is being released on Amazon. How exciting!
It's phenomenal. So the book is actually called The ABCs of Deductions, an Entrepreneur's Guide to Tax Write-Offs. So I actually wrote this book in my head, believe it or not, and I was thinking about it, and I just decided, you know what, I have to get it out there, because when I started looking at my own personal life, what made me go from being extremely poor as a child, especially as a child, I was born into extreme poverty, what helped me to get to the point of being a poor child to being a successful six-figure accounting firm, actually entrepreneur, let's just call it what it is, was the reality that I understood the basis. I understood the basics of these things called deductions and write-off, that Uncle Sam, who's the main character of my book, actually wants us to succeed. So when I figured that part out, I said, well, I want to impact the world. I want to change the world to other entrepreneurs. This is what I say. I'm Jonathan Bengal, right? Master tax teacher extraordinaire, author, speaker, and entrepreneur. And what I do is I guide small business owners like you through the darkness of taxation, because the truth is it's a very scary place. In fact, the number one thing I get asked is, I don't know what I can deduct. And so what I do is, the further out is I transform your life through to financial happiness. And so I realized the book is the foundation. And so because I'm about giving, I mean, you can go on Amazon if you want and support me. It's $3.47. But I realized that I can just give this to the world. You know, it's kind of like, dare I say, other books that are given away. It's the reality of helping others to finally achieve the things that they want to achieve. And let's be real, every single one of us, we all want financial happiness. And so I did it by writing my book.
And, Jonathan, I just love you. Like I've seen you, JVology Live and the Marketers Cruise and wherever Jane and Denise's wedding, just social situations. And you're always just a ray of sunshine.
Thank you.
I remember first asking Jay, like, what does he do? Because, you're always so colorful and bright and everything. And he's describing like taxes and all that. And I'm like, wow, that's interesting.
It's great the stereotype, Jonathan.
Exactly.
Like the boy tax guy.
Not at all. Not at all. Right?
No.
No.
And that's what makes it, that would be my desire to want to learn that from you is I think you bring, just some light and energy to it that people are afraid of looking at that part of their business, right? Like people don't want to go there or they're anxious about it. And I think you're
They're afraid of being caught. They're afraid of being caught. They're afraid of owing too much. They're afraid of what's my tax bill going to be? They don't even know what it is. They're afraid of, is the guy doing it correctly if I'm giving it to an accountant, right?
Right.
Like, and because of those fears, it actually holds you back, right? We can all agree. Like sales is easy. Like all day long, everyone wants to go to a sales webinar, right? Or a sales workshop or something because it's fun, it's engaging, it's easy, right? But taxes actually does add a deeper level to the psyche, which is that fear. Because here's another fear that most taxpayers deal with, the fear of making too much money. But here's what I will tell you, every single one of you out there, pow, 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 is this. The more money that you make as a business owner, when you work with a certified tax planner like myself, the less you pay in taxes. It's an oxymoron. The more money you make, the less you pay in taxes when you're in business and you work with a certified tax planner. Me specifically. But so that's really what we're challenging here, right? Like that's the myth that I'm all about busting. I want to bust all of these myths. And so I decided to do a 180, and I do still do high-end tax planning. Don't get me wrong. But I also decided that why not focus on the small business owner? So that's what I'm doing now. So now I'm creating workshops and programs to help the small business owner to really step into it. And it starts with my book, The ABCs of Deductions. It doesn't seem like a lot of value, quote unquote, but I'm telling you guys, anybody who reads even letter A for advertising, the number one principle that Uncle Sam even understands, the need to be seen and the need to be heard. And this is true in your business, which is why he rewards us for spending money and investing money is a better way of putting it. Investing money is in these giveaways, investing money in writing the books, investing money in hiring the coaches, the planners, investing the money, because Uncle Sam says that he's in the business to create money, to have money exchanged, to have energy, to uplift all of our lives. And we as entrepreneurs have become the stewards of our own destiny, but also the destiny of the people we employ, the people that we provide services to. Am I right? So this is what Uncle Sam wants.
Yeah.
And I bring that to the world.
Thank you so much for sharing that. We need that encouragement. I've already pre-ordered the book. I'm definitely getting your gift because I have a bunch of questions myself, and you're the one I'm going to come to for those answers. All right, Jonathan, as we kind of wrap things up, I've been giving every person a fun random question.
Go for it.
And yours has been talked about. Like, it's not so random. The joke is, what are people wearing below their Zoom call or below their online, like the blouse and then pajamas?
Yes.
All right. So we want to know what's happening under the purple. Like,
well, I'm about to disappoint everybody. And that is because, again, I was on some other calls today. So
Are you going to tell us you're wearing pants?
Yeah.
No.
I'll do something else. I will show you what's actually underneath the jacket. So we'll do under the jacket. So,
Jay had to come watch this. Look at
this. I'll show you. Which, by the way, I have a rule. I don't.
He's always telling me he wants me to wear that jacket of yours.
Oh man, it's fantastic. Well, here's the thing: like, I don't show my nips because women can't show nips, so I try my best not to show nips. But for the first time ever, right here on JVology, I'm showing my nips to the world.
One time he wears pants, he has to take this.
Oh my god! So, I was so looking forward to that today, and I'm kind of disappointed you're wearing pants.
Oh man! I mean, yes, I know. Everyone who's known me knows me as the guy that wears, nothing underneath the jacket.
Let's get naked.
Yes. But awesome. I had to make some. listen, in business, we always know this, right? There's a place and a time for everything. And the last place I was in, they don't quite know me this way. So I had to show up a little bit more, but not all of it was lost, right? I didn't lose my whole identity. I just had to put on some pants, which,
Well, the
But,
next time we interview you, Jonathan, and we want you to take your pants off before
I
you
will
come
be,
see
I
us.
will be pant free next time. Absolutely. And for those
didn't
of you
sound
who
too
wanna, and for those who want to see my show, Naked Tax Talk, I am typically pantless there. So, anyways,
and thanks for showing us your nipples. That was so nice.
The first time, I'm telling you, only on JVology did I show my nipples, which should encourage you to go get my gift.
I think our viewership just went up. So speaking of your gift, great segue. JVologygiveaway.com. Gifts. Jonathan is under Money Matters, and new book, The ABCs of Deductions, an Entrepreneur's Guide to Tax Write-Offs. How to work with Uncle Sam and have him be your friend. So save money, pay less taxes. We all want that. Go get his gift, check out his book, read it, talk to him. And I'm sure that, you will have a great time like we just did.
I'll go on. All day long.
Thank you, Jonathan.
You make taxes a lot more fun.
What was that?
Yeah.
I said, you just made taxes a lot more fun.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, totally. Oh, yeah. It doesn't have to be boring, babies. It doesn't have to be boring. All right. Bye, Toodle Noodle. Thank you for having me. And I just think you guys are doing this is what life's about, right? Uplifting and bringing our sense of joy and happiness to the world. And that's what every single one of us is doing. So not my gift, get everybody else's gift. Because the reality is that it's all coming from a place of love, of heart, and of happiness. So may you all be happy. Corey and Kristen, may you both be happy. May you never be separated from your happiness. And may you always be free from suffering.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you. All right, and we are back. Oh, we do have a lot of fun here at JVology. As you can see, our members are full of light and spark, and just love what they do. From taxes to successful entrepreneurship for women, which is what we'll be talking about next with our wonderful, beautiful next expert, Glory Ali. Come on in, Glory. How are you?
Good. How are you, Krista? Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. So Glory is one of our Mastery Elite members. She plays with us full out in both contribution and growing her business, growing your reach, and you're really, really making a significant impact for women entrepreneurs all around. So thank you for the work that you're doing. And I'm excited that now you get to share that with our audience.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh, yes. So I love talking about money, but before I love talking about money, I had to do some really deep soul searching within me, right? So, and just to start off with, money is just energy. And it's that energy that is programmed in us. It's an emotional energy. It's our past traumas that we have experienced. And all this becomes our own money beliefs. And this is some of the work that we have to do. And then even beyond that, society has told us over and over again that, women may not be as good with money as men are, or that, and then there's the lies that we tell ourselves, right? That I'm not good with money. I never have enough of it. And we really just need to work on our own money beliefs. And when we work on our money beliefs, we have to tell ourselves these are just lies, because that's what it is. It's just lies. And we can reprogram ourselves to have a good relationship with money. And that's one of the works that I do is I help entrepreneurs have a good relationship with money. And it's not just about how much money do I have, but it's to have that really good feeling and that good relationship. So when you talk about money, it's this thing that makes you feel good and not that you're scared or you're nervous. And I'll give you one really good example. And this is about me. When I started working on my own money beliefs, I realized that my parents never spoke about money in our household. So I didn't know anything until I was graduating high school and I wanted to go to college when they said, oh, we don't have enough money for you to go to college. And I was like, whoa, like what's going on here, you know? And then
were you early involved in paying bills or what things cost or how
nothing? My parents never talked about money. So when I started doing my own working on myself when it came to money, I said, oh my God, what did I do to my children? Because when I raised my daughters as a single parent, I never spoke to them about money. And I remember telling them, oh, mom's poor, mom doesn't have any money, just so that they wouldn't ask for anything. And my mom, one time, she yelled at me. She's like, I can't believe I was at the supermarket. And your daughter said, oh, grandma, I'm not going to ask you for something because I know you're poor and you don't have any money. So she was totally embarrassed. I thought I was doing a good thing, but I realized, oh my gosh, my kids, what did I do to my children? This is not the relationship that I want them to have with money. And luckily they're in their early 20s. So I have enough time to shift that for, you know, to help them shift that so that they do have this good relationship with money. So that's one of the works that I do is, you know, the money breakthrough, which is amazing.
Let's talk about that actually. We'd love to hear about your gift. So tell us about the money breakthrough retreat.
Yeah, so the money breakthrough retreat, first I start off with doing an assessment and figure out what your archetype is when it comes to money. So what characteristics do you have when it comes to money? And we use those throughout our whole process. I'm a nurturer when it comes to money. So I use my nurturing card. Everybody will get their own cards once you do the assessment. And then we're going to start talking about, we're going to go back through, you know, when you were younger, what beliefs came up in your household? What were you taught? You could have been told by your grandmother something and you saw something else as you were growing up in high school. And all this becomes our own beliefs, right? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about ways of how to talk about money differently, how to have that good relationship with money. I have a whole bunch of exercises that I'm going to walk you through. And I have to tell you, I've had a lot of one-on-one clients that I work with that will even cry because they didn't realize that something had affected them, but now they can change it. That wasn't true. The story they were telling themselves was not true. And I just love to see the changes that our clients from where they came into and then how they leave the retreat is just super amazing.
And it really starts with an awareness, right? Some people don't even know that what they're telling themselves is having such an impact and that it's not true or it's not the only way.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? Like for me, talking about money was so difficult that when I started working on myself, there were some exercises that I couldn't do. I didn't even want to look at it because I was like, my God, if I know and I'm aware of it, now I got to do something about it. And so It's not easy, but I'm going to be there. The group of us is going to be there. We're going to help each other. I'm going to guide you through the whole process. So it's going to be a very beautiful, transformational relationship that you'll end up having with money.
We could all use that.
That's really great, Lori. We're going to talk about your gift one more time, but it is your turn for the random question of the day. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
All right. What interesting skill would you like to learn that you don't have yet?
Lifestyle skill or anything?
Like a hobby, a gift. I mean, not a gift, but anything.
Okay. So I've always wanted to skydive. And so I really love, that is my biggest thing. I've always wanted to, even though I'm so afraid, but I would love to be able to skydive. Did you see the women on the, was it yesterday that were on the news for the voting registration, the women's suffrage? There was a whole team of women skydiving for women's suffrage and the voting and all that. It was amazing.
Seriously.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I was like, that's what I want to do.
Glory, thank you for being here. And some of what you said about the archetypes and all that, that interests me because I grew up in a my parents were very careful with money and they were very security oriented and they were frugal. And so I grew up with that, and then learning how to have that relationship with money that it's a scarcity, right? So I think that you working with women and in their businesses to support us in figuring out what we're bringing forward that maybe doesn't fit for us today or we want to change. So JVologyGiveaway.com. Under Money Matters, Glory Alley, the Money Breakthrough Virtual One-Day Retreat to figure all that out and spend some time with Glory and figure out, to have a better relationship with money. Center of everything, and I agree, the center of all the decisions we make in our lives, it involves at some point, and it's valued at $297. Thank you for that generous gift. Go check it out.
Yep, super
Thanks,
excited.
Glory.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Glory.
All right, bye-bye, ladies.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's pop that out of the way. Checklist. That was one of our fabulous commercials for the checklist. A little reminder, for those of you who have not been with us for the last 4.5 days, if you happen to be new, we want to make sure that you know a couple of great things. First of all of the guests that we have here have gifts. You get to select the gift that you want, and that can be found. What's the website, Corey?
JVologyGiveaway.com. Go there.
Go there. And just know,
check everybody
you have
out.
the option. You can select through. We have 75 gifts in 6 different categories. Today, we're mainly talking about Money Matters. It is. You can jump right to the category that speaks to you most, scroll through some, select what stands out for you, and know that these are experts. These are everything from books, courses, retreats, that they are all gifting to us as a part of being a part of the JVology community. With the culture of JVology is I'll go first, and they are going first by showing you, just the value that they have to offer. And so take advantage of those. And speaking of that, the checklist, grab the JVology checklist at jvology.com/checklist. And that'll help you, start to get a real true understanding as to what joint ventures are and how they can make such a big impact for you as an entrepreneur in growing your income, impact, and influence.
And also being part of a community, which when you're feeling like you're doing this all by yourself, it's so nice to know that there's other people out there that you can call on and support and be supported by. And there's things like this, and there's always something going on right now in especially this virtual online community during this time. You're never, ever, alone. So I think a lot of people value the community part of what we offer too.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the strongest parts of this. And there's always this consistent activity that you can tap into. So that if you're ever feeling slow or unmotivated or need a resource, we have such a variety of entrepreneurs from such vast industries and vast experience that are all here to contribute. So take what you need, contribute, be a part of it, join our community. And you can also do that on Facebook.
Yeah.
Just type in the search JVology, the perfect mix of people, fun, and profit. Up we go. And that's another great way just to be involved and see what's going on.
Yeah, the Facebook page has been really hopping lately, right? There's a lot happening over there.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And then we have specific groups within our community, people who are members of our global lounge, people who are members of our mastery, our high-level mastermind, a year-long program. And there's specific ways that they get to share as well. So there's just hitting everybody wherever their needs are and making sure that you're loving what you're doing. If you jumped into this world of entrepreneurship because you have a passion for something that you want to do to share and get your gift out to the world, then we want to make sure that you're successful in doing that. And that's a big part of what JVology is all about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Take a passion and turn it into profit.
That is it.
Right?
So Miss Charisse has been running the back of the studio, doing a beautiful job welcoming our guests, getting them all teed up, and handling everything behind the scenes. So thank you, Charisse. Would you like to come in and say hello?
There she is.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I love this. I'm gonna. Oh no.
I know.
I
I'm still
love
trying to
this
figure it out.
I'm
I'm
not
often
high
doing
five,
this.
so I'm gonna point to
that way. Yeah. Anyways, hi everybody. So good to be here. I've just been in the backstage trying to get everything sorted. We have over 70 contributors to this giveaway, which is like so many, and we are committed to interviewing every single one. And by we, I mean Corey and Krista. So they're interviewing every single contributor. And let me tell you, it's kind of a challenge to make sure to manage everything and all the links and emails and everything else. So I appreciate those of you who are staying with us now on day 4, and those who've stayed all this time, and those who are just joining us today, welcome. We have so many gifts, like no joke. I was helping put all the gifts in our little spreadsheet in the back end, and I was like, I kind of want all of these. So after all these interviews, I'm going to also go through the page, and I'm going to go like, get gift, because there's so many, well, there we go. There's so many cool things. So, yeah.
Well, Charisse, you have been a huge asset to the JVology team. We love having you here with us, and you also are up to big things. That's kind of the cool thing. Jay really encourages us not only when we're on the team, but also to keep doing our own thing. So I'd love to showcase what you're all about. Can you jump in and tell us more?
Yeah, definitely. So I am a business networking coach. I help entrepreneurs to connect with potential mentors, clients, partners, and influencers. So I help them grow their network so they can grow their business. What's so fun about that is that I get to help people with those advanced social skills, like the connections that really mean something, that really make a difference. And not only is it fun just because like meeting cool people doing cool things is fun, but also it can be very profitable. I like to say you're one relationship away from changing your business and changing your life, because that's the truth. Like, you just never know which that one is. So why not just keep collecting great people into your network in the meantime? I have a friend who is a master at just like collecting cool friends. He doesn't use it strategically for business. He just does it like for kicks. And he calls himself like the human Pokemon catcher, right? He's got to catch them all. So he like goes around and just like collects people like a snowball. And it's really, really fun to watch. So not only do I love that, I also have a gift that I am contributing to this giveaway, and it's called the Conference Networking Bundle. So I'll add it to the screen.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it's the Conference Networking Bundle. So it's actually 3 courses in one gift. And so the first course is Conversation Mastery. So it's how to have compelling conversations instead of feeling like an awkward weirdo, which sometimes we feel like when we meet new people. The second is called Memorable. It's how to stand out in a crowd. And this works virtually. This works in person. It's just how to showcase the specialness of you, which I know some people don't think they're special, but everybody like is special. So if you don't think you're special, then you're in the same boat as everybody else, right? But just to showcase those things about you that are unique, that are going to attract a certain type of person to you that you really enjoy. And then the third is called Magnetic, how to draw people to you without a word. And so that's really how to bring your presence to a situation. And when I'm talking about being magnetic, it's not just attracting everybody. Instead, you really want to be selective with who you attract. And I like to tell people, like, vanilla's great, but it's also vanilla. It's kind of like hard to hate vanilla, but it's also hard for me to like love vanilla because it's so neutral, right? Like, it's just so neutral. And instead, I can encourage people to be Rocky Road, because people either love or hate that, but they have an opinion, and that's kind of what you want.
Textures, it's sweet, it's crunchy. There's not
a lot of stuff
marshmallow.
Yeah, you're like, ooh, what? Some people are like, oh my gosh, it's everything I've ever liked in one scoop, and other people are like, why are there walnuts inside of my, so why is this in my ice cream? So it's good because it gives that texture, flavor, differentiator, that makes people like you versus someone else. So you don't just want to attract everybody. You want certain people to be like, oh my gosh, I love this. And you want other people to be like, ugh, Rocky Road, I would never eat that. Because either way, you stand out, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Are we going to share your gift now? I know you're being interviewed again on Saturday. But right now, let's just put that back up on the screen, Charisse, and we'll give it some extra airtime.
Yeah. Let's see,
The conference networking bundle. Be Rocky Road. Don't be vanilla. Get your gift. Valued at $197. And we're going to, Charisse, you are just a treat and we love you. And thank you so much for taking care of the back end here. And I know you're going to be back on Saturday to be interviewed. But right now, let people just know all about you and where your gift is. Money. Are you in money? No.
I am not in Money Matters. I'm in business development.
Yeah, business development. Okay.
You're going to log on to JVologyGiveaway.com.
Yeah.
And go all the way to the bottom until you see my face.
Oh,
and
there you are.
Yeah,
the conference networking bundle valued at $197. Be memorable, be magnetic, have people remember you. Charisse, we love you. Thanks for helping us out here.
All right, I have to give Charisse a question though. Here comes your random question.
Random question.
All right. If there was an alien invasion, would you choose the axe or the gun?
For aliens, neither would work probably. So if I had to choose, I would for sure choose guns, but I'd also choose to have like super speed so I could run away when the bullets bounce off of their skin. Sorry, did I break out?
Right. We got you.
Okay. Yep.
Super speed. Awesome. All right, we'll see you soon.
All right. Bye, guys. Oh, wait. Let me do a commercial.
Okay.
All right. You got it? All right. So fun. I had to give her that question because it seemed to be one she was really liking. So it's fun.
We'll have to come up with a real good one next time we interview her.
Absolutely. All right. Miss Nina, are you ready to join the giveaway?
There she is. There she was. Hi, Nina.
Hi, it's good to see you both.
Thank you. You as well. Well, welcome to the JVology giveaway. It's so great to have you here. Give us a little background about who you are and where are you zooming in from?
Well, currently I'm on holiday in France, in the beautiful south of France. And so I've been here for about 10 days and I've got another 5 days or so. I'm here with my family and it's fabulous. Lots of lovely natural beauty and the weather is stunning.
Well, beautiful. I'm glad I asked.
Yeah.
And
very nice.
Carry on.
And tell us who you are and what your magical contribution is to the world that we're talking about today.
Well, I have my gift, my magical contribution to the world is helping entrepreneurs to clear out all of their blocks that stop them from having the business that they want. So we can talk ourselves into doubting ourselves, into feeling that we don't have the confidence, we lack what it takes to have a successful business. It may be about feeling scared to put up prices or connecting with higher paying, bigger players in our field. We have lots of issues and self-doubt about how big we can dream, what we can achieve. We pull ourselves back, we hold ourselves back because we believe we don't have what it takes on some level.
And that's what stops most people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's nothing that's actually going on out there. It's nothing about, maybe a prospect saying no to working with us. It's nothing about, not putting some offer out there and someone not replying to it. It's all about stuff we make up in our heads. And this is the crazy thing, because we can talk ourselves out of anything. We can hesitate in terms of, launching something or getting on the phone to someone or reaching out to someone to become a JV partner. And this is all stuff we make up in our heads. These are stories we tell ourselves. So I love to help clients to identify all of this inner talk, because sometimes we're not even aware of it. And then once we can identify and become aware of it, then we can start dissolving all those blocks, so we can take much bigger action in order to grow our business.
Mm-hmm.
What does big action look like to you? What is it? What has that been for you? Like, what impact has it made in your own life?
It's made a huge impact, and this is beyond business. It's made a huge impact in terms of how I show up in the world, not just in my work. Before I started doing all this personal development work, I used to be really, really scared about putting myself out there. And I'd be this person who'd be hiding in the back of the room, worried about drawing attention to myself, because I always thought if I drew attention to myself, somehow someone would be annoyed with me and I'd get into trouble. And after I started all this work and realized actually this wasn't anything about what was going on out there, it wasn't anything about other people, this is all about me and stuff I was making up in my head. This is all about my own thinking that I was creating moment by moment, but I wasn't aware of it. And once I started becoming aware that actually these were just stories and they weren't real and they weren't true about me, then I was able to dissolve them. And I started making up new stories about myself. And I think the biggest change for me has been to stop worrying about what other people think about me, and stopping the fear and the anxiety about how other people perceive me. And once I got over that, and I'm not 100% over it, there still pops up from time to time, but once I got over that, I became much more fearless and much more courageous. And I started doing things I'd never done before. So, for example, in my business, I started putting out videos. And before I was just thinking, well, no one's going to be interested in what I have to say, or I might say the wrong thing. And what if someone leaves me a nasty comment? And I was always worried about other people. And once I stopped worrying about that, I started thinking about what do I want to say from my heart? What really, what is the message I want to put out there? And it's okay, some people will resonate with it, some people won't resonate with it. And that's okay. So the people who resonate with it, those are the people I want to focus on, rather than the people who don't resonate with it. And that really started a journey of being able to, to make the impact that I want to make without worrying about how people receive it. And that's really turned everything around for me. And I feel much more confident about who I am. I've stopped apologizing for who I am. And it just makes life so much simpler, because there's so much stuff, so many things that I can't change out there. I can't change what you're thinking, but that's not my business. My business is to focus on me and who I am and what I want to share. And yeah, I think it's made life much simpler and easier, because now I can focus on the stuff that's within my control and let go of all the other stuff.
Oh, Nina. Oh, there you are. I thought I was off. Nina, and we'll talk about your gift, but one of the things that attracts me is the limiting beliefs, because helping people identify that for themselves is so important, because so many times those limiting beliefs are unconscious, right? Like, we don't know it's operating. All the stuff you're talking about, it's not like we walk around going, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about that. It's just in the background. It's not something we're always aware of, and it helps to have somebody there to draw that out, that can see that. The things we can't see are blind spots, right?
Absolutely. And I work with someone to help me to find my blind spots. Often we're in denial, and we can justify everything. Well, I won't launch this month because I've still got a few things I need to fix first. Or I'm not going to put my prices up because, we're in a pandemic and people don't want to pay more at the moment. I should be lowering my prices and giving things out for free. So we can justify a lot of things to ourselves. But when you work with an expert, they go much deeper. So when I work with my clients, I don't let them off the hook. I call them out all of their stories, and I ask them deeper questions than they would ask themselves. And that really brings up our unconscious beliefs. And when you bring them up and put them on the table so you can actually see what you're dealing with, that's when the magic really starts. That's when the transformational process starts. So I would absolutely say, do this work, whether it's with yourself or, if you're reading a book or doing a video training, whatever it is. But most of us are limiting ourselves in some capacity. We're all on our unique individual journeys. Some people are playing a bigger game than others. But I would say just about each and every one of us are limiting ourselves in some way. We could be playing a bigger game than we currently are. And I think we're here to play big, to play as big as we possibly can, and just enjoy it, not take things too seriously, not put ourselves down, and take some risks. If it doesn't work, it's okay. The sky's not going to fall in. And just think, if you take a risk and it feels a bit scary, that's a good thing, because it means we're stretching our comfort zone. That makes life more interesting, more exciting, doesn't it?
Yes, sounds much more exciting. Thank you so much, Nina. I'm going to remind people just where to go and how to get your gift. The JVologyGiveaway.com page, and Nina Cook, Advanced Life Mindset Training, Fearless Business Mindset. So that's a value of $497. So becoming your own mindset coach, identifying those limiting beliefs, using your superpowers to create more success and abundance in your business and life. It sounds like you're offering a lot, Nina. Thank you so much for being here, and enjoy France. You're so lucky.
Yes. Thank you. Can I just say a couple of things about this free gift?
Quickly, we've got our next guest ready to go. What do you?
Absolutely. This is a training, where it's a live training. It's a 3-part live training where I pull back the curtain on everything. I share everything I know about limiting beliefs, how to find them, how to remove them, how to replace them with new empowering beliefs. So this is everything I've learned, all my experience, all my expertise I'm sharing in this training. So everyone on the course can become their own mindset coach, so they can have all the joy, all the success in their business that they want. I'm not holding back on anything at all. So please do come along, join in, ask me questions live, and I promise I will deliver beyond the expectations of everyone on the course.
Oh, great. Thank you so much for that. Absolutely. Thanks.
That ad always cracks me up. Oh, it's funny. Are we ready? There's Lauren. Hi, Lauren.
That is exactly the opposite of what I'm dealing with 1,000 degrees over here. It's like literally 1,000 degrees. Okay, maybe not.
Where are you again?
You're outside with the beautiful background.
I'm further south of Krista. Dripping wet. I walked the dog today. I came home and may as well have been swimming. So.
Oh, it's that hot there. Holy.
It's really hot. But I hear it's pretty hot where you are. There he is. The infamous
and
Jay.
This is why you should come back to Canada. Come back to Canada.
But I heard that it's 35 degrees Celsius in Calgary today.
It's been hot all week here. Like, we're loving this.
Yeah.
This is finally summer's here, and now September's coming.
Days. Right, exactly. I was reading something yesterday about Toronto and the summer and how they're expecting one of those Indian summers, and they were complaining about the heat, and I'm like, oh, I just wish I could be there for a few days. Anyway, hi.
Hi.
I get like 3 for the price of 1 here. This is a bonus.
Tell us what you're up to, Lauren.
Very lucky.
No,
let our viewership know all about you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lauren Cohen. I'm originally from Toronto. I live and work in South Florida. I am partners with everybody in Calgary, it seems. Like Calgary is my world right now, which is kind of exciting. And I'm an international lawyer and a licensed realtor. And my claim to fame is being Jay's visa lawyer. That is actually my claim to fame. That's what brings me back every single minute of every day to JVology. It's a great environment. And what I'm talking about today is expanding your business across borders and how to do that in 10 easy steps. And I just love helping people expand their businesses, as Jay can attest to.
So who do you serve? Who's your market?
I serve business owners that are expanding, particularly into the US, but also into Canada and also across the world, to be honest with you. So business owners that are seeking to expand and figure out strategies to do so. Do they need a visa? Do they not need a visa? How does that look? What are the options? And most importantly, now one of my key focal targets is on real estate investors and how they're expanding across borders, especially now. And it's not just going to be one way. Let me just tell you that much. There's a lot of people down here, like Heather, my good friend Heather, who wants to like buy property in Canada and start looking at options. And I'm not far behind. So,
and we have Jane and Denise.
Right, exactly.
Lauren, we have Jane and Denise building a tunnel just as we speak. They are tunneling ever so slowly underneath. They are coming here no matter what.
Okay, the good thing about tunnel is that maybe I wouldn't have to have that 2-week quarantine because I'm dying to see my family. I think I might be coming your way for the quarantine to get to Toronto because it's easier than going there. So anyway, really and truly, no matter what, as bad as the situation is and as tough as it's been, and being in America and having a lot of, Krista, no offense to you, but Canadians are much more compliant and have really handled this whole pandemic much better. But at the end of the day, you still have a country that's 1/10 of the size, and you can't really build a big business without having the U.S. as a baseline and a place from which to expand internationally. And it's just a reality. So you may as well figure out the strategies now while the time is right, before you have a problem at the border. And that's what I'm here to help you do. And that's what these 10 strategies will help you consider, how to look at different things, like where do you want to set up? How do you want to set up? What type of entity do you want? How much business do you want to do? Do you need a visa? It's really just looking at all the variables that help you figure out how to get into the US. And as a little bonus to everybody that watches this live, I'm offering a free exploratory session. So I put the link in there, and I'll put it in the string later. But that's something I'm offering just to people who watch this. So it's not even going out to the massive gift list of these amazing 70 fellow entrepreneurs that are sharing the gifts of. I signed up for a bunch of these gifts because they're amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that's really generous. So what
and
Lauren
I just wanted to add
you're
to
watching, get it.
Without a doubt, I wanted to add just real quick that whole piece of putting somebody who's a true expert on this topic, because the reality is, where we started, what we thought we were going to do, to where it actually turned out, and what we ended up actually doing was something that was discovered by how do I put this? There's an awful lot of advice out in the world about how to go about something because somebody did something once. But the truth is, as we're expanding globally, which is going to be more important because of her, you need somebody who didn't do it once. You need somebody who has a range of experience, and Lauren is that woman, which is why you should totally get her ebook.
Thank you. I love doing what I do, and I think because I am Canadian and American, I really help. It's really particularly relevant for cross-border entrepreneurs and investors because I get it. I get it on both sides of the border. And I'll just share really quick, because I know I don't have a ton of time, but people always ask, and I don't often share this story, but going forward when I speak, this is part of my story, and it is what brought me to where I am today, is that when I was married in 2006, and when we went on our honeymoon, my ex-husband was deported on the way back from our honeymoon, and he was expeditiously removed in Chicago O'Hare Airport, put into immigration jail. Jay, I thought you read the whole book in 10 minutes. You told me you read the whole book. You forget that bad part. That was the part at the beginning of the book where I'm like, this is why I do what I do, because people don't want to deal with that. And let me tell you, it wasn't that fun on the way back from our honeymoon to have this person that at the time I loved and thought I was going to be with taken away from me because I didn't know what I didn't know. And I didn't know it. I wasn't an immigration lawyer then, and I didn't understand all of it. And let me tell you, he was expeditiously removed. He was put in immigration jail. He was subsequently barred from entry. And you don't want that to happen to you. And why? Because he did something that he shouldn't have done, that I didn't know about. And it's not going to happen. I mean, going forward, these things will not, you can't get away with them anymore, especially post 9/11. So just remember that it's not, I think that working with somebody who's been there and done that and really understands and empathizes with what you're going through and holds your hand through the process is really important, because it's not just like, oh, what company do I need? Do I need a limited liability company, or do I need a corporation, or what do I need? Because there's it's a holistic approach to the whole business expansion. It's not just as simple as deciding how will it impact my taxes. And that's where the importance of working with that oversight expert comes in. Yeah. So thank you, Jay, for edifying that for me.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. And I just, well, I'll just say one other thing, and then you got to go get Lauren's gift, which is we approached this, in terms of talking to lawyers and those sorts of things, probably 4 or 5 or 6 different times before I actually found Lauren and said, okay, this is the route we're going to go, and this is why we're going to do this, and this is who's going to do it with and for us. So it is a difficult thing to navigate, with often things at odds in terms of what's the tax implication versus what's the easiest to actually get to these. Like there's a whole set of weights and measures that need to be addressed, and I just wholeheartedly say, work with Lauren, you'll love it. It's pretty damn good. In fact, if I had that damn testimonial handy, I would figure out how to play it, but I don't know how. But go get her stuff. She'll figure out how to play it for you.
So
I will.
Go get Lauren's gift. JVology.giveaway.com. Going Global ebook. So the ebook outlines the top 10 strategies to apply when you're expanding your business across borders and globally. Get her gift, valued at $47. And Lauren also said that she would be, just for the people here, giving a free exploratory session as well. So for those of you that go in and get that gift here during this giveaway, you're going to get a little extra. Thank you, Lauren.
Bye, Lauren.
Thanks, Lauren.
Have a great one. Crystal, see you on the weekend. Bye.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
see you super soon, a couple days.
Bye.
All right. I wonder who's next.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for our expert guest to be actually the hostess of the mostest, who isn't actually quite hosting, but Jay Fiset is here, the founder of JVology, and he too has a gift to give. Not only the gift of this giveaway, which is amazing, but also something specifically from JVology. We actually have so much going on, so many ways to play with us, so many ways to learn, to step into doing joint ventures. And that's really what we're all about. It's not just about learning how it is and you go off and do it somewhere else. Jay has created the community where it all happens. This is where the best of the best entrepreneurs who know what joint ventures are, want to use them, have the same grounding framework, come together and actually do business with one another. So welcome, Jay.
Wow,
thanks for being here.
Actually, on a serious note, I want to thank the two of you for handling these interviews, because if it wasn't for the two of you being willing to jump in and do this, I mean, honest goodness, we'd have had to cap this way back at 50 contributors instead of 70 plus contributors, and our platform, offering memorandum and all the things I've been working on in the last while would not have gotten done. So I just deeply appreciate the two of you running the show, and it is pretty freaking awesome, to put it mildly. So thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
So now you
right, so now I get to talk.
Yes.
I was waiting for the great questions. I thought you guys had great questions.
Well, tell us who you are. Who you are, who you serve, what's your gift. So you can take it from there. I'm looking for a random question for you. I want to make it a good one. So
okay, on that note, so a couple of things. I think people have been hearing about JVology an awful lot for the last 4 days, which is pretty freaking awesome. But the part that I think I want to focus on And there's a couple gifts, by the way. Brad and I were discussing, we're going to add another gift. I'm not sure if it's there yet, but I'll talk about the first one first, which is something that is called the Escape the Marginal Success Trap. I guess I didn't answer Corey's question about who I serve. We serve entrepreneurs fundamentally who want to accomplish one thing, which is make their business more enjoyable and profitable. And how we do that is that we help entrepreneurs secure a steady stream of perfectly qualified leads for free. And let's be frank, most entrepreneurs are struggling trying to get enough leads to survive, let alone a perfectly qualified stream of them for free. So we do that through joint ventures. And we also help people create a recurring passive income through their partners. And what happens is when we go through this process, and we call it the upstream, which is those that send us leads, the downstream, those that send us money. When we get that done well, and we teach that in great depth and detail in JVology Live, which a little sidebar to this is that if you haven't registered for JVology Live yet, for goodness sakes, you must. And we'll talk more about homework. But anyway, so when we help people redesign their business models, and we get them 10 great upstream partners and 10 great downstream partners, generally speaking, that will 10, I want to be clear about this, not their sales, it'll 10x their profit. So if you were making, $2,500 a year, you were making suddenly 25,000. If you're making 25,000, you're making $250,000. And that's not marketing hyperbole. Those are studies that we have with people in the community. But here's the key piece. You've got to be willing to collaborate. You've got to be willing to live some of our core values, which are we're better together, independent. You've got to be willing, without a doubt, to live into a joint venture as a game of I'll go first, which is this entire gift giveaway. There's nothing more than our community and people who want to play in our community goes by giving value first. So that's who we serve. And the key gifts I want to focus on is number one, to escape the marginal success trap. And that is a mini course. It is 6 videos. There's approximately a 10-minute video that shares the framework of how people, there's stages in terms of our business. And every business starts with the entrepreneur giving more to the business than the business actually gives back. And that happens pretty consistently and all the way. Actually, that's the 5 partners in 5 days one. We should actually probably pull that one down. I'm getting there, I promise. So that the stage of business, we give more to the business than it gives a spot where it's kind of like it's sort of has a feeling of equality. It's like what I give to it and what I get paid from it. It's like that's working out okay. But the real objective is that we build a system and a process that it gives us more than we give it, meaning that it gives us freedom, it gives us choices, it gives us time, it gives us all of those pieces. Most entrepreneurs actually never get true freedom with their business. They actually have a set of trade-offs that they still wrestle with. So here's what this gift is number one, you can go and get the gift, you can go and do the process. There is a framing video, then there's 5 evaluations, and at the end of those 5 evaluations, you can book a complimentary freedom session. But I want to be very clear about what a freedom session. This is not a thinly veiled sales pitch or any of those pieces. This is a coaching process that will help you step A, B, C, D to break free and to escape the success trap, because frankly, 90% of businesses are there. Whew, okay. Brilliant question.
Wow. That was a lot. You're good at this. Like, have you done this before?
No, I just made that shit up while we were making coffee.
Oh. All right, so escape the marginal success trap. Just, I'll give you Jay's direct cell number. You can call him and ask him where to get it.
Oh, you two are very funny. So the marginal success trap is under, I believe, I couldn't swear to it. No, here it is. It's just in the top 50. And if I were to share my screen now, I can actually show you that one.
We're missing the word escape in there.
Well, you know what? I think they have the old. They have an old image there, but yes, it absolutely is escape the marginal success trap, not just the marginal success trap. But here's the honest to goodness truth. Yeah, we will help you get trapped. But go and do that, and honest to goodness, gang, you're going to get a couple of handouts. You're going to get the videos. You're going to get all those pieces. Do it. And by the way, the freedom session, I want to be very clear about this because I'm a big fan of people actually doing the work that they're to do. The freedom session you only get when you submit your answers to the quiz and the test. Okay, so there's a little process there. You've got to evaluate yourself along the way. We are not providing the freedom sessions to people who didn't do the upfront work. We want to hit the ground running. We want to use what you learn, and we want to be able to build a pathway that works for you. And the only way that works is to actually do it. So don't even dream of trying to get a session without submitting the answers, because we simply will not book it.
Got it.
That's it.
And for our random question of the day, Krista, did you have one, or for Jay?
I'm muted.
I can't hear you.
You're working on that one.
Okay. I have two. I'm not sure. I'll go with the superpower one. What would your superpower be and why? I was going to ask you to stand up, see if you were hands, but we thought we'd go with the I thought the superpower would be safer.
I'm not standing up. So it's an interesting question, and I will actually respond with what I have been told, not necessarily what I believe. Is that I think my superpower is attracting high quality community. And if I look at all of the businesses that I have ever built, so that would be Personal Best, that would be Masterminds Millions, that would be JVology Live, is that what I think I really do is that I create conscious communities of choice. And I support entrepreneurs to also to create conscious communities of choice. And in that process, I think that we transform communities, we transform beliefs, we transform lives, and we transform businesses. So, I hear it every single time we do an event. Like I was referring to JVology Live just a little while ago, and I had an interesting experience with the last one. In live events, I would wager, we average maybe 115 to 150 at a JVology Live, somewhere in there. And I would hear no less than 20 times, it's like, oh my goodness, where did you get all these cool people? And how did you, what happened? Like, this is different than most events. And it is, and I think it's a little bit of, it goes back to the superpower of we attract stunning and amazing human beings. But I didn't know if that was going to happen online. And then in June, we did our first JVology Live online. The next one's coming up in September. Honest goodness, you should all be there. And it happened there as well, which is, wait a second. Here we have a whole bunch of people still visiting from home on their couch, all those pieces. But whomever it is that we attracted and how they choose to show up in our community is different than most. So based on feedback, I would say the superpower is this idea of creating conscious communities of choice.
That's it. You're a powerful attractor. The thing is that I hear time and time again is you're so clear in your grounding, and then that's what attracts people. It's the better together. It's the I'll go first. It's an energy, and people come to me, and I hear it in the coaching sessions. They're like, I've been networking and attending events for years and years, and there's just something different about this group that I absolutely love, and it's hard to put my finger on, but this is where I belong. And then they're here to stay.
Mm-hmm. But nice. Glory, I was just watching Glory's interview that you guys did, and you were teasing about sending my cell phone out. So Glory said to me, this was in San Diego in February, Friday. So this would have been the end of day Friday, because we have a VIP event on Thursday that is like a little mini mastermind and VIP event. Then on Friday at lunchtime, she pulled me aside and she said, this place kind of feels like family to me. And I said, yeah, I hear that a lot. I didn't put too much, sort of significance to it. And then she goes, no, like this is different. And I've been going to events for years, and I never, ever give my phone number to people. They can have this one email that I use for events, but we don't do anything else. And she said, and I've been here a day and a half, and I've given my real phone number to like 5 people.
My real phone number?
Yes, my real phone number. 555-5555. But that to me is just a great example of how that unfolds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she's been a part of the community ever since, and part of our Mastery Elite group and contributing like crazy, and watching her growth and all the people that she's reaching and the women that she's helping. It really is touching.
And this is good, Jay, for
totally
all
awesome.
the people that are part of this giveaway that are not part of the JVology community, for them to get to know who you are, because not everybody here knows you. So this is good for you to introduce yourself and, you know, everything about this company to those people who are new.
Well, I think just on that note, because this has kind of gotten away from us, right? Like it started at like 40 people for our little community, and then it went to like 50 people, and then it was like, well, if we round up and do 6 days, we can make it 60, and now it's like we're at 75-ish plus or minus, and that sort of thing. So it's sort of gotten away from us. I actually think that, you know, for those of you who haven't, you know, if you're a contributor and you haven't joined the community on what, I think facing forward, we're just going to have to make that a requirement. It's like, you know what, you've got to be a part of the Global Lounge, which is our monthly masterminding and partner invitation process. And I think we're just going to have to do that because the demand continues to grow. And while you guys have been on this, by the way, I've had like 5 or 6 requests for, it's like, I need to be in the next giveaway. And I'm like, oh, good for you, but who the hell are you? I don't even know where the requests are coming from, let alone know if they're a match for our community. So, I mean, that's one of the key pieces. Now, on that note, the other thing I want to share is I know you two have been talking about the 5 partners in 5 days, but we should really talk about that for a little bit as well before we wrap up.
Yep, let's do it.
Okay, so what have you told it? Oh, we're both
want to
pressing
share
the
that
button
again?
at the same
There
time.
we go.
You do it.
Okay.
No,
there we go.
Okay. So in terms of living our value of a joint venture is a game of I'll go first, which means become relevant, which means make a difference in another partner's community, which means move the needle for them, provide real results, something that is significant and meaningful. So one of the most powerful ways that we do this is our 5 JV partners in 5 days. We call it the Joint Venture Jumpstart. And it is think of it as a mini course delivered via email and video, that you get a video that you're going to watch. It's generally 10 to 12 minutes, something like that. Usually there's a little worksheet to keep track of things. And then we ask you to go take one simple action a day. One simple action a day. We're not asking you to, you know, reinvent the world or turn your business on its ear. Just go do one thing, for goodness sakes. And then once you do that one thing, come back to the Facebook page and basically tell us how that went, what you did. Now, honest to goodness, if you were to book like a half-hour a day, plus or minus, that's a little bit on the long side, but if you were to book a half-hour a day, you'd be able to do all of those things, and you would have time to connect with the many hundreds of other entrepreneurs who are doing exactly the same thing. Now, our promise to you is this: in 5 days, you will get 5 partners. And by the way, unless you're sleeping, I don't know how else to say that, unless you're having a snooze, you can do that. We've had people get as many as 37 partners. We've had people book 22 appointments. We've had people leave on like day 3 with more than their 5 partners. So when we say that we can actually deliver this, we can 100% deliver this. But here's the beauty to this, is that, you know, don't take our word for the strength of our community. Don't take our word for how powerful joint ventures can be in your business. Let us actually just give you, number 1, the training. Number 2, the hand-holding support, because I'm there all week long answering questions, hosting Facebook Lives, helping people connect the dots. So let us hold your hand and support you. And then let's, for the love of all things good in the world, let us just give you the damn partners so that you can knock it out of the park. So if you think about it from this, you know what? It appears to me, as I'm listening to myself talk too much, it appears to me that that I kind of missed hosting this thing, because it's like, oh, and let me tell you this, and oh, and...
Jay, I just put in our,
when a guest talks too much.
I put in the private chat, Jay. This guest is chatty. We need one of those hooks.
Okay.
Jay,
feel free to play a commercial at any time.
We love listening to you talk, obviously. I think we need to also show the gift as well, so that we can chat about that. Krista, are you doing that? Or I see Michelle back there. I'm not sure who's, the page just needs to be, you still just refresh that page to the escaping the marginal success trap.
Or do you want the other one?
That's over here. Ta-da.
We'll go back to, okay.
There, ta-da.
There we go. So we want everyone to go over to JVologyGiveaway.com and find Jay Fazette. You're under lead generation. Yeah.
By the way, gang, if anyone can't tell, this is Corey trying to get me to stop talking and trying to move to the end. However,
this is Corey being hungry. I need to go eat.
I know you just got here, but we've been here for 2.5 hours. So
I'm like, what does he get a 25-minute interview? I don't remember.
The page? All right, here's the page.
Okay. There, okay. I have one, Corey, I only have about 22 more minutes to talk about this page, and then you can wrap up.
Oh my God.
Okay, seriously. The point I wanted to finish with this before I was ever so eloquently redirected.
Sorry, I thought you were done.
How often does that happen? Well, we're done.
Oh, bada boom, bada bing. Okay.
On a serious note, so there's 3 parts to it, and this is what makes this so good, and why every single person listening really does need to go do the 5 partners in 5 days, even if you are at the beginning stages of JVs, if you're intermediate, or if you're advanced. You know, like Kimberly, she's kind of like a JV broker, and she swoops in, knows what she's doing, leaves with 37 partners. So here's the piece. And by the way, when you visit that page, just go down and see some of the testimonials and those sorts of things. Like it's pretty awesome. You'll get a sense. And those are just some quick little random ones. Anyway, you get the training. That's the fundamental. This is the what to do. Most programs and courses end at what to do. Then you get the support, which is the holding of your hand of how to do it. That is the bridge that, again, most programs don't have. And then the third part is, and this is our magic trick, we just give you the partners. So if you want those 3 things put together in 5 cool, fun, and entertaining days, get your ass to that. And now I'm truly done talking, my dear.
Okay. Are you
sure? Oh, wait!
Oh my God. I'm not sure what to do now.
Just kick me off and wrap it up.
All right, everybody.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being here on day 4 of Money Matters. We've interviewed around 12 experts on a variety of different topics that you can all take advantage of each one of their gifts by going to JVologyGiveaway.com, scroll through, find any and all gifts that you want, take advantage of them. And we will be back tomorrow, same time, same place. That's 1 p.m. Mountain Time or 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Corey and I will be back with more brand new guests, all on the contributors page, all offering great expertise and inspiration and just ways to up-level your life, whether it's business, wellness, health, sales, anything and everything you can think of.
Tomorrow, our main topic of the day, it looks like most of our contributors are talking about sales. So how to get more people, into your business and finding you and buying your product, service, whatever it is you offer. So sales is tomorrow.
All right. So we'll be back tomorrow with sales, and have a wonderful afternoon, everybody. We will see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.